It's like, yeah. It's like, man, you guys are getting ripped off. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, no, but like your cable provider, your internet provider, they're ripping you guys off. We never pay this much for for internet and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, how much you guys pay? He's like, we pay like $25 is the average. I'm like, really? And I thought he was just blowing smoke, but now you said you said that I guess is legit.
And on Japan also, the internet speeds. I was stationed in Japan. I went over there back in 2010. I was living there for 3 years. Mm-hmm. And as soon as I got out there, that shit was blowing my mind because people already had gig internet over there. Like, it was normal for them.
And they got internet.
Like even apartment complexes had like when you got an apartment over there,
yeah,
like it included 1 gigabyte internet service. Like, it was part of the rent. Like, it was normal to them. Like, if it was a normal thing. I was like, yo, these people are like, you move in and you already have internet. Like, oh shit, this place is wild. I'm like, yo, what the fuck are we? Like, what the fuck are we doing in this country? Like, yo, you know what that is? You get an apartment and then that's it. The internet's already there. Like it's part of the building and like part of the rental shit. I'm like, yo, this is wild. You know, this is 2010. Wow. Oh yeah, this shit is wild, man. But anyway, hey, I want to welcome everybody to 60 Frames No Lag. Puerto Rock is going away to Germany edition. He's running away to PlayStation land because he can't take no more of American Xbox bullshit. So I'm out. You know, I'm just kidding, man. You know what's going on, people, man. I got a great crew, and I think a few more. You know Zaire. That man's always on Black Man's time. He'll show up when he shows up. But I got a great crew. I want to thank everybody for showing up. I'm gonna go start left to right. We're gonna start off with Craig Harris. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? Thanks for the vine. Know it's your last day here in the States for a little bit, but I appreciate being here and letting the Messiah of Xbox rock out with you. Let's get it going.
Oh, okay, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for rocking out, man. And of course, we got, King PlayStation himself, Jay Barry. What's going on?
Whoa, Puerto Rico, I don't know if you got the update. I'm a neutral gamer now. I'm spreading the neutrality out here. But nah, man, definitely appreciate the invite. And it's gonna be hard to see my man Puerto Rock go away, but yo, his internet is gonna be better than ours. So I'm expecting a lot of uploads on YouTube still, though, man.
That's it, man. You know what I'm saying? And then of course, and then I'll be rocking out with some tournaments with you and shit like that. And
sure, man, come on through.
No, definitely, man. And of course, we got the God of Cardboard, the God of PlayStation, the God of Toxicity. He's starting to be like Method Man. He just has too many names. We got Kratos, J-Dub City, Mr. Mustang himself. I don't even know. You just like Wu-Tang. You just got names all over. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, y'all? Man, again, like Jabbar said, man, it's going to be sad to see you go. But I know you're moving on to bigger and better things. For the meantime, it's been great chopping it up with you. And, man, I can't wait to continue on these videos, man. But I'm going to hold it down while you're gone. So I'm not going to let Z try to talk about you behind your back. I'm a hold down the month I play a podcast.
So. All right. And we got the self-proclaimed champion of Bloodborne, the new king of all Demon Souls games. Is Kidsmoove himself? Kidsmoove now says he after he beat Father G, he looked at PlayStation fans and be like, "I'm the captain now. Look at me. I'm the captain now." Man, Kidsmoove, what's going on, bro? Thank you so much for rocking out with me, brother.
What's up, Puerto Rock? Thanks for having me. You said this is your last one while you're here in the States, man. I had to make it. Even though you're not leaving, so I'm still gonna see you on YouTube. But I'm gonna try to catch whatever time you make it.
Definitely,
on YouTube and whatnot. But no, thanks for having me. Ready to engage in some of the festivities tonight.
Definitely appreciate it, brother. All right, and then of course we got the man of a million. We got the $1 Million Man himself, who's also a hidden pony. He's always been a pony. He's just when I made it publicly. We got right now Thor. What's going on, brother? Rand? Oh, I think Phil Spencer shut his mic down. Phil Spencer says Phil Spencer got him. He's like,
Trader Rand.
So Rand probably went to get out some ice cream right now, so he'll be back and stuff. All right. So anyway, so we're gonna get to. I want to talk about a big thing. Kidsmoove, man. Your Bloodborne challenge. You know, how did that come about? How did somebody offer you $400 to play Bloodborne?
Well, I wouldn't say it started out as like a pool of people. A couple people came up with this challenge. What happened was it started from Gaming Addict. He was trying to get me to play as he was doing his stream, and I turned it down. Any time somebody asked me to play Bloodborne, I'm saying no. I'm just not with it. I'm not interested in the game. I think it's overrated. So I kept saying no, and then he kept getting the crowd hyped up into it, and people was like, "Well, I'll offer $100 if you beat it in this many time." I'm like, "No, I don't need it." And then I think Mela came in and said he'll offer something. I'm like, "Nah, I'm straight." And then Erica was like, I'll throw in 50. And I'm like, what's going on? Why does everybody want me to play this damn game? And so eventually I agreed, and they got me in a call and they set the rules. It was like, you're going to need to do a lot of research, but you have to beat it within 50 hours. You have until E3 to do it, but it has to be within 50 hours or less. If I beat it and it takes over 50 hours, obviously I lose. Or if I don't have it beat by like the first day of E3, I lose. And then it was like the rules was I can do research, I can look up things to help me or anything. The only thing I can't do is share play, and I couldn't do co-op.
Makes sense.
Which was like, okay, well, whatever. Because what they went was, it was like, because it's not really about looking up stuff, it's about executing, and that's how they was trying to explain to me in the game and paying attention and whatnot. And I was like, okay, I'll let you guys all know when I'll start. Told everybody I'll start March 1st, but then Sony turned around and gave it away for free. So I was like, nope, I'm not buying the game. I will wait until it's free. And here we are. But yeah, it's been, I completed stream 4 yesterday, and within 4 streams, I've only beat 2 bosses, optional boss, cleric beast, and yesterday's controversy, Father G. So.
Okay. All right. So I want to show everybody something. And Kidsmoove, I heard you are a man of high integrity. So I want to show you something, and then I want you to answer a question with your utmost of integrity. Can you do that?
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, of course.
So I want everybody to see this. All right. I'm gonna share my screen. All right. I want everybody to see this. All right.
Oh yeah. Share my screen.
Yeah. So I want everybody to enjoy this. All right. We're gonna fill this. We're gonna put in theater mode. Now I want you to see this. This is Kidsmoove.
You.
Oh, you lucky. Hey man, get your money, bro.
You gotta set it to the permanent stream, because it.
Nah, he should have went to application. He went to display.
Oh.
Window went.
Well, let me advance it a little bit.
Hey, we watching the bootleg version.
Oh, hold up. What's up?
Hey, Porter, how much you pay for this version of Kidsmoove Stream, man? What's going on?
This is it right here. Look at his face. Look at him. Look at his excitement. Look at him. Go ahead, Smooth. What's this shit?
Man, jumping out of his chair. Look at
him. Look at him. He can't believe it.
Where did I die at? My blood echo. Yo, Smooth, you ain't had that much excitement when you beat Gears, bro.
This, you know, this. Now listen. This is my question. All right. This is my question. This is my question, Smooth. All right. And you are a man of high integrity. Are you not?
Sure.
Oh well, today for me, you must be a man of high integrity, and you must answer this question as if your life depended on it.
Sure. What
was the last Xbox exclusive that gave you that same exact feeling you had at that moment?
None. Okay.
Hey, yo,
the last game that I did that was Cuphead did that to me as far as like the excitement, like. But I mean,
when I saw Smooth, when I saw your face, I'm like, I know damn well Halo never gave him that excitement.
No, of course not.
I know.
I expect to finish those games. I mean, I'm not. This is like a game that I have. There's zero expectations of me to get anything done in a game. So it felt that extra special. First, and then with that, it was like, oh, one, I was like, the next time I stream this, I don't have to do this shit again. And two, it's like, wow, all these people expected me to get mopped by both these people that I had early struggle with. But yeah, no, there's no Xbox exclusive game, other with the exception of Cuphead. There's no Gears or Halo or anything isn't going to do that to me. I know what to expect out of those, but.
Yo, Smooth, confess, man, it's a good feeling, bro.
It's a great feeling. I mean, I still think the game's overrated, but I'm not gonna tell.
That is true. He's true to the code. He ain't letting that shit go.
He's the best buy, so I expect that.
He is by far the best buy. Because but it's still overrated.
The challenge, dude, even if I lose the challenge,
you got to pay the bills.
Even if I lose the challenge, I'm more likely to try to play to finish it. It's more of it did. Like, I'm more looking forward to it.
I got it.
From the heart. That's right.
So,
yeah.
I'm gonna speak from the heart.
Hey, can anybody hear me?
Yep,
we hear you. All right, so right now we got I gotta pay the bills. My man Ravenflow, he says order in the court. That's it. Court's in session. Nah, man, I don't think that's not court. Man, I agree with Smooth, man. That game, do what you gotta do to win. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he cheated. I think people are just hating. You know what I'm saying? I think people thought he was gonna get washed, and he found a way to win. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. So I got your back. You know what I'm saying? You know when it's a life and death situation. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You did what you had to do. You know what I'm saying? And he enjoyed it. His veins was popping out. Yo, my man was amped.
Yo, that joint's smart though, man. Cause like I said, I never thought of that, bro.
Yo.
Lock him in the steps like that. I was like,
well, what I did, I was hiding behind like a tree or some shit. That's what I was like. That's what I was doing. The tombstones in the trees. Yeah. Never did I think about no damn steps. I was like, shit. Motherfuckers were probably mad, be like, fuck, why didn't I think of that shit? Yo, but anyway, that's good, man. Let's see. Next gen's not here yet. That bum. So we're gonna skip to. Let's talk about Microsoft E3. So I guess, and man, I want you to kick this off because you probably already knew like 5 months ago. You didn't want to tell nobody. So Microsoft bought like half of Los Angeles for their Microsoft E3. What's going on, man?
I think this has to do with the move of the E3 allowing the public in, because there was a lot of complaints from the press and the industry about E3 allowing gamers in.
Yeah.
And I know Microsoft heard those complaints because I actually had conversations with some of the people there. And I think E3 isn't as relevant as it used to be, considering, you know, Black Ops 4 is announced one day during the week, and then Division 2 is announced, and then Shadow of the Tomb Raider is announced. Like, all these announcements would have been held to E3. So this is Microsoft kind of like stepping out and trying to do their own thing. And what better way to do it than just have a theater right next to the show, but also retaining a presence because they still have the Mixer booth that they have there. So it's just, you know, they used to, when I went in 2016, this is, a lot of people don't know this. You wouldn't know this if you actually went. But the Galen Center, where Microsoft puts on their press conference, after it's done, after the press conference is over, they tear it down and they put up demo stations for all the games. And that's where the press actually plays all the stuff. Yeah. That's where I played Sea of Thieves for the first time with Craig Duncan. In fact, in 2016, if you remember, Gears of War 4 wasn't playable on the show floor. It was only playable at the Galen Center. That's where all the press and stuff play the stuff and have the interviews with those things. And the show floor is kind of just for people milling around. But the true, like, press and the industry leaders, they'll get all that experience at the Galen Center. So I didn't really understand the whole hubbub around Microsoft having a small booth size means, you know, they had nothing to show. You know, it's just, once again, people wanting to, you know, blow stuff out of proportion. You know, Microsoft said they were going to announce their plans, and here they were. So I think it's just they want their own kind of, their own setup. They don't want to have to compete with anybody, so it's over there in the because Microsoft kind of involves the fans as well, so they can run FanFest from there with everybody instead of having it as a separate place. So, but I mean, they're the ones saying it's their biggest E3 showing ever. I didn't say that. Kidsmoove didn't say that. That's their headline. That's what they're going with. So they got to live up to the expectations. And there's a lot of they need to do a lot of convincing. They have to show what the roadmap for Xbox is for the next 2 years, and that's up to them to do.
Yeah, you know what's crazy though? I was shocked because last year when I went, and when I was at E3, and knowing I had to go to the Galen Center and then going back to the show floor, and I was looking at that Microsoft building, I was like, well, why don't they have anything right over there? Like, I thought that's where they were secretly housing the FanFest people. Like, I was like, well, why isn't it just right? It's right across the street. It was like, you see this big ass Microsoft building, and I'm like, I would just set up shop here, like how EA does EA Play and whatnot. But Microsoft, you're right there. So I just never understood that. Do you know why they didn't use that like in years prior? Or
I don't think it's actually their theater. I'm pretty sure they don't own it. They just have naming rights to it.
Oh wow. Okay.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I think
they treat the theater just like they treat their games. What's going on?
it was at one point the Nokia theater. But yeah, I mean, they have a center right there. All the press and stuff can go there, and I'm interested in seeing what they're going to do. Of course I am. Like, I want to know what the future of Xbox holds, just like everybody here on the panel, especially Jay, because Jay wants to use his gifts. He's ready to bust them out, good or bad.
You know it.
Yeah.
Hey man, I want to say this too, man. We was just joking with y'all, man, with the whole show floor. Personally, I don't even give a damn about no show floor, but I thought it was funny. I was like, damn, that joint is kind of small. You know what I mean? So that's why the jokes was coming. Like, please, let's be real here, guys. If PlayStation had a small booth like that, everybody would be like, oh my God, they're going broke. What's going on here?
I know you joke around with me, and so does Jay. Like, and I don't take any of this stuff personally, but I got some tweets from people who are dead serious about it. That's the thing. I posted the thing about Splinter Cell yesterday, right? Just like, I hope the game exists. And you know what a response I got? It's not going to be an Xbox exclusive, so who cares? Like, I don't even care. Real. Who said anything about an Xbox exclusive?
Yeah, right now they need it. They need it. I wouldn't even be mad if it's Xbox exclusive. I'd be like, kudos here, bro. Kudos.
It started out on Xbox, didn't it? That was an Xbox Series.
It wasn't like the first one on exclusive. No, it was time Conviction or something like that.
Conviction was exclusive, but the first Splinter Cell came out first on Xbox, and then later on it came to the PS2. And yeah, Conviction was exclusive. I would look. So I know somebody who's played the new Splinter Cell, but this was 2 years ago. Right. So I know it existed. I know it existed at one point. I don't know if they're rebooting it, but hopefully. But I mean, back to the E3 thing. It's. I don't know what E3 is going to look like 5 years from now. Everybody used to watch E3 to get all the announcements, but like I mentioned before, all the announcements happen whenever these companies want to announce stuff. So is it as relevant as it used to be? I don't know. I mean, Sony also seems to, give a lot of credence to the Parents Games Week, since they're more of a global company than Microsoft is, or at least Xbox is as a brand. I did see something today where it was like Microsoft moved it to the theater because they want to have four cars to announce Forza Horizon 4, and they needed a bigger stage or bigger floor for that. So I don't know. What do you got
out here, man?
What do you got?
Real talk though, I'm going in with low expectations. No, I'm joking. Go ahead. I give you a thought.
Let's go. Hey, Kidsmoove, what you thinking? We'll get your. What are you expecting from Microsoft?
I'm not expecting honestly anything. I made a promise to myself not to get myself overexcited or overhyped for E3. Especially after I went and saw everything like live. I just like, you know what? It's whatever. We'll see. If I'm surprised, I'm surprised. So right now, I'm still even killed about the situation. I'm just shocked that Sea of Thieves is next week. State of K2 is in May, and there's a potential that Crackdown could be for like shortly after E3. If those all three happen, and hopefully staycade, there's no pushback. I'm shocked, because then I want to know, all right, what's going on for the second half of the year now? Like now and next year. Then I'll be more, if they're able to execute all these games before the holiday season. I'm like, okay, now I'm in a position to be excited and surprised as long as they deliver. But at this point in time, the show floor thing, I didn't understand why people were highlighting that, because after being at E3 and seeing what they do with the Galen Center, I was like, all right, that's not going to matter. I think what they're going to do is, I was like, they probably won't even like have anything there. They'll probably be in a remote location and do everything through Mixer, but have a live thing that people can go to for their fans and whatnot, and still feel like an E3 presence, just not at the E3 show floor. But
all right, let me hit up some of the super chat right here. So my homegirl, you know what I'm saying, Ash and Luca, thank you so much. She says Rand's a bum who sucks at Souls games. That sounds like a challenge, Rand.
Facts.
I think I know what game you're playing next.
Let's put the bread up.
Is Rand there? Rand?
So what happened?
Oh, yo, Ashton Luca, $2 super chat. She says Rand a bum who sucks at Souls games.
It's $2.
That sounds like
not enough. Way more bigger donation for me to care about that. $2 is nothing.
That's enough. That ain't enough. That's enough for a 40.
Yeah, I mean, we're you know, if you want to throw down $100 donation, we might address that at some point.
See, Smooth spoiled us now. Everybody be like, shit, you want me to play a game, you better give me like $300 or some shit. Smooth spoiled us now.
$20. People look at $20 like, what's that?
I am confident in my skills as a gamer that I can beat any game, no matter what it is. It's just I don't have the Bloodborne or the Dark Souls games just don't interest me. That's just what it is. But you know what interests me? Moss. Oh man,
Moss.
Really? Oh, yeah, I gotta play that, man. I gotta hook up my VR, man.
How did I get a PSVR before you, Mister PlayStation Porter Rock?
Oh man, I'm see, what happened was my checking account and all my money's in my savings account, and it takes.
Nah. You know what happened? Porter Rock. He wasn't listening to his boy Jabari. I was telling the Porter Rock for like good 3 years now.
He did.
I was like, yo, listen, get this VR, man. The support is coming. That Moss game, fire.
Moss game is.
He did.
Porter Rock said he's gonna wait for the Xbox version of VR.
Oh shit! There you go. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the beast. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And Ravenflow, thank you for the super chat. He says Microsoft is hiring Chris Brown this year for E3. So I know
Dan Central.
Oh my god!
Microsoft might come with VR this year.
I don't think so.
I think it'll be next year.
Because they did promise it. They promised it with a Scorpio first little reveal when they brought up my man from Fallout. They was like, oh, we got Fallout in VR.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Here's the thing, though. I think they realized who we're going to sell this to. There's not enough people because unless it works on the Xbox One S and the OG Xbox One, they don't have a big crowd to sell to. Like, you can't just limit it to just Xbox. I mean, the dudes already paid $500 for the console. They paid $800 for a TV. Now you expect them to pay $300 for peripheral? That's $1,000, G. Like, yo, that's a lot of hardware to expect, you know? Like, and I think that's why
I think they don't see I don't think they think the market's not ready. I mean, if you look at the only one that's seen any success is PSVR, and that was just over 2 million. And that's
it will bring in customers though, especially people that like just want a game on Xbox. If you bring some type of different experience,
I'm not
but it's not enough.
But to them, it's probably
you got to take that risk. Look, PlayStation. It wasn't enough for PlayStation. They took the risk.
No, but I get what you're saying, but risk for Sony is like, okay, we got 60 million people to sell to. Risk for Microsoft is we got 800,000 people that bought Xbox One. Like that's so. Even if they sold to 100%, it's only gonna sell like 1 million. It's like it's not enough.
You guys making good. You're making a good point.
It's financially not enough.
Jay, look at it like this. If VR came out and PSVR sold 10 million year one and Vive did 5 million and Oculus did 8 million, I guarantee you there'd be VR on Xbox already because they would show that there's a demand for it, and I think they're looking at it and they think. I mean, do any of you guys follow Matt Piscarella, the MPD analyst?
Yeah, I follow him.
You ever hear him talk about VR?
Not VR.
Any of his tweets? He says the games don't sell. Nobody cares. I mean, you can go look for it yourself and some of the stuff. Like, I'm just saying,
shit, man.
I'm just saying. He says there's
Sony,
but PlayStation
Sony says that.
Now, here's my question. It's interesting, and this goes off for everything. I think people forgot that it's not just overall sales of the game; it's how smart the developer and the publisher is in terms of expectation. Like, for example, let's take Hellblade. I know y'all see my rants. I was drunk when I made that rant, pissed off that, Hellblade didn't sell, whatever. But in reality,
like Coquito, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But in reality, the developer was smart in their expectation. They were expecting 250K across both platforms. They made 500K sales. So they doubled the success of the game in their eyes was double than what they expected. All right, even though it was only a total of 500,000. Now compare that to a developer who expects, or a publisher that expects 7 million, but they only sold 5. Sure, you sold 5 million, but if your budget was for a 7 million selling game, guess what? You failed. You see what I'm saying? That's true. So like a VR game may not sell as much, but are these developers smart enough to say, hey, it may not have sold 800,000, but we weren't expecting that. We were only expecting 400,000, and we sold 6. So we good. You see what I'm saying? And I think people forgot about that. You got to be smart with your game. Look,
there's no VR developer out there that's spending millions and millions and millions of dollars creating these experiences. Let's face it. I'm not saying it's low budget, but they're just not sinking the amount of money that you normally would to a big AAA IP.
I don't necessarily agree with that. Look at Riggs. Riggs is a huge AAA game. If you play that game left and right, that's a full game experience. It didn't sell well. Look where the studio's at right now.
Well, and I get that. But here's the thing, right? They didn't spend anywhere near the amount of money that a developer would spend for COD or any other regular game. I mean, look at Hellblade. They said it cost them how much? Less than like $8 million to make that game.
Yeah.
So and look how that game, I mean, how beautiful and how great that game turned out to be. So for a VR game, these guys are probably spending $300,000 to $400,000 to get these experiences in these games.
Yeah,
for a lot of them.
The thing is, what the VR games, a lot of them is not being marketed like those games that you're mentioning. Like the CODs. Marketing play a huge aspect in the budget as well.
I found one of his tweets, right? Here's what it says. So another MPD analyst, because MPD doesn't cover just video games, they cover everything, right? It says hard to believe that Wall Street really bought the idea that the U.S. sneaker business had turned around. We're in for a rough 2018. Data is very clear. It's a sportswear market today. Performance footwear is out of fashion. And then Matt goes, VR is the performance footwear of video gaming. So he is implying basically that nobody's buying it, and I can see Enrique in chat who had him on a podcast. He said that VR is like throwing money into a burning pit of fire. I mean,
that's dope. I mean, people have to try it.
I'm not saying it.
I know you're not saying it isn't, but I'm saying it's one of those things where it has to be shoved in your face for it to sell. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not something you could just show off on TV and say, "Hey, buy it." You have to experience it. And that's the thing. Like, I feel like.
And he's probably right. It's probably not selling in his thought of, well, this thing only sold 500,000. This game's only selling 800,000. This game's only selling 700,000. While other games are selling 2-3 million, whatever. But here's my thing: if the developer is only expecting 300,000 sales and they sold 700,000, is that not considered success for that developer who made a VR game?
Plus, it's still a small market because the last real announcement we got, which was like months and months ago, was 2 million for VR. You know what I mean? With November, December, even now, PSVR have been selling a lot with the sale drops that they've been doing. So we don't know the numbers now, but it's still a small little market that people appeal to. Even Sony, before this thing came out, and I was telling people, they even said that it's going to be a slow growth to this thing. They're not looking for 5 million right away. They know it's going to be a slow because you do have to prove to a lot of people. Just like Alex said, you really got to try it out. You know what I mean? Like right now, we talking about VR to some people. This is foreign talk. Like we like, what the hell are these guys talking about? This is dope. You know what I mean? Because they don't know. They haven't experienced it.
I'm a believer in VR, dude. After experiencing like Playroom and then playing Moss, I'm a believer. I want more games in VR. I want experiences crafted for it. It's just, I think it's a hard sell currently at its price point.
I agree.
I think in 5 years when it's $100 and it's wireless and it's just a pair of glasses you put on, boom, there you go. VR takes off.
That's another problem I'm having too with the talks of next gen coming up. Will this transfer over to those next generation consoles? That's my problem with the investment, is that if I'm going to be buying these games, I want to make sure everything comes.
I think so. Because this is the iPhone Android age. Imagine somebody bought an iPhone 8 and all the shit they had on iPhone 7 doesn't transfer over. They will flip the fuck out. People will just be like, what the fuck is this? Like people don't want to start over no more. People just want to buy another device and everything they had transfers over to that device.
And you know that's why they came out with that other version of that VR. Like, hold on, we gotta do this pass through, man. Like, yo, we trying to push 4K, we trying to push HDR, and people buying these VR headsets, and we can't pass through HDR and stuff. Nah,
you know,
I think I got a few VR titles I want to like start playing real soon. You know, I just gotta get into it. Right now, PUBG got my life right now.
Moss Farpoint. You can try the Impatient. That just scary as hell though.
I love horror games. I bought the Paranormal Activity, so I haven't touched that yet. But I will.
You know what's good too? Super Hot. Super Hot good too.
The first game I'm gonna play is fucking Resident Evil 7. I have it. I haven't touched it. I haven't even touched it because I'm gonna play that shit in VR 100%.
Bro, I played the first half an hour.
I still can't get past.
Anybody want to do a $400 challenge that I'll play and beat it? Anybody? No. I'm trying to do Kidsmoove.
I want to live stream it though. That's the whole thing. I want to live stream my reaction. Like, oh man, that game's scary as hell in VR.
Farpoint, man, and you good to go, man.
I want to do a super chat to Van Lamont. Maybe we could transition over to a new topic. Van Lamont, super chat. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it. And I'm seeing your name quite often. So if you're new to the channel, thank you so much. But he put Dreams versus Sea of Thieves. Which one will do better critically and financially?
I think Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
I think I'll be honest. I haven't really looked into Dreams much. Let me go to my man Jay Barry, because he's the king of PlayStation.
When it comes to Dreams, we're still questioning like,
what the hell is it?
Is it just to build a game now? Because I'm hearing other things about that game, how they implementing like a story, kind of like Little Big Planet into it, and they actually making like a character out of it, like that little teddy bear kind of bunny little chick. You know what I mean? That's going to be like the push, like a Sat Boy kind of thing. So there's a lot of things that we're still waiting for when it comes to Dreams, like updates and stuff like that. But if I was to go for what we know what Dreams is now and Sea of Thieves, I think Sea of Thieves is going to be definitely the bigger the game than that. Probably make more money than Dreams as well too.
Now Sea of Thieves is making like it's gaining good momentum. I guess with the betas, and they opened up the betas to pre-orders.
And they're advertising it hard. I've been seeing it.
They are, especially with that inside Xbox. Like for fuck's sake, bro. Like a custom external hard drive. I'm like, this is what we doing now. But Microsoft is really hopeful. But here's my only thing about the game. The only thing I have about the game is the longevity in terms of. All right. So when you do these missions and you do everything and you treasure chests or whatever, you don't level up anything. Like your characters don't get better. Like the only thing you really gain is just experience playing the game. But your characters don't improve. The boat doesn't improve. Like you don't get more power or nothing. In a game like that, how much long-term sustainability does a game where you don't improve, other than your actual knowledge of the game itself, which I think applies to any game? Other than that, what would make a person play this game in June? When, like, you start playing it day when it comes out. Next week? This week? Comes out this week, right? Or some shit? So it comes out this week. A person plays it. Now it's June. Why would the person continue to play it in June? What is making that person come back? Because I know some people say, oh, it's fun with friends. But after a while, just simply having a drink and play with friends gets old. You want something. You want the game to do something. And I'm saying with any game, you want any game to do something to pull you back in. The game has to do something, not just have a good time. Because you can play tic-tac-toe and have a good time with friends. Like you could play Uno, and I remember 360. We had Uno, and we seen titties. Like the game. You could do anything fun with friends. But what does the game do that's gonna make a person say, "Hey, keep playing me in June because you're getting this"? Can anybody answer that? Because I don't see it.
I don't see the longevity in it, especially with the new map update coming out for PUBG pretty soon. A lot of people are just gonna transition from playing Sea of Thieves to go back to PUBG. So
let me ask Rand. What do you see that will say I'm gonna still play this game in June, July, August, September? What does it have for the first 2 weeks? Yeah, you got your buddies, Xbox Live, you're shooting pets out of a cannon. Yo, this is great. You start talking like pirates. But that gets old after a couple of weeks. And after a while, it's the gameplay. Gameplay keeps you keeps you engaged. What does this have gameplay-wise to keep you engaged 4 or 5 months or a year from now? Or what do you think? What do you see?
I think it's basically the hope that, and this is going to sound dumb, and I don't agree with, look, I'm going to play Sea of Thieves, but I don't really have a lot of excitement for it. I tell you exactly what they're hoping for. They're hoping that you create your own stories every single day online, so the experience is different every time you play, regardless of what you're actually going for. That's the hope. Yeah, there's missions to do, but they hope that one day you run into a typhoon on the ocean, or another day you run into a kraken, another day you do this. They hope that the experience is different enough every single time you play Sea of Thieves, with the additional content that they'll be dropping for free at random intervals during the week and months later. That's what they're hoping for. It's kind of like write your own story, similar to Minecraft or any of those games like that. Now, for a gamer like me who maybe needs a little bit more direction, likes a little bit of story in his games, that doesn't necessarily appeal to me, because there's hundreds of thousands of other games to play, and I want to play them all. But for somebody who maybe is younger, doesn't have access to a lot of disposable income, has Xbox Game Pass for $10. Yeah, that's what they play, and people play Roblox all the time on Xbox. Kids and stuff, and mine. I think that's what they're going for. I think they call it sandbox emergent gameplay. Okay, where the game changes enough that it feels fresh and new every single time. I think that's what Rare and Microsoft are hoping for.
Do you think, how gamers, and this is open to everybody, how gamers are finicky? After 3 hours, we already say we're fucking bored, bring out new content. Do you think Rare's going to be able to keep up that pace of making the game feel fresh?
Yo, we need to get the Messiah Xbox.
Yeah, I'm just the altar boy. Let the Messiah tell you.
Messiah, preach the gospel.
It's not going to be able to do those things. It's gonna have a hot start, because I think they're doing a good job with the marketing. For God's sake, they shot somebody out of a cannon the other day. They're doing a good job marketing, and that's the whole thing, is that people complain that they don't do marketing, and then when they do marketing, people get mad and say, well, they want to see other games. These guys are just moist. I just decided to get moist, and so. But I think Rand's right. They want you to have a different experience each time you play, and I just don't think that's going to hold enough people over. With that said, we have to wait and see. It's an interesting idea, so we have to wait and see how it goes. But I don't see it going into July, August, kind of the dog days of summer after E3. It's going to kind of be like,
I know this isn't kind of a apples to apples comparison. But look at a game like Rainbow Six Siege. It's bigger now, 3 years, almost 4 years than it launched. Yeah. Of course, that has a competitive element to it that Sea of Thieves lacks. Look at Fortnite. It's just getting bigger and bigger. That's what they kind of hope for, especially with it being on Game Pass and having, how many people are on there? Maybe 5 million, maybe 10 million, or who knows what the number is. Playing the game that maybe thought they wouldn't like it, but now trying it out and maybe they do like it. The hope is that Game Pass drives engagement, and Sea of Thieves is fun enough for those people to play. you know, for a long period of time, I guess.
Right. So games like, let's say, like Rainbow Six, and I even include fighters. I could understand those games because you're playing to develop your personal skill to beat somebody. That's your purpose. That's what's drawing you in. You want to be able to say, I kicked your ass. And the only way you can do it is by constantly playing the game. I get that. But in a game like Sea of Thieves, like say, for example, they're going to introduce this Kraken, right? There's going to be a Kraken. I can understand that you play the game, you build up your ship, you got 16 cannons, you got these powerful dudes, and you take on the Kraken, and only the people who've been playing for a while and built up the skill level, built up the character level, built up the ships, kind of like, you know, Black Flag, where you're able to make stronger ships, and now you could beat the Kraken. But the fact that anybody could fight the Kraken, even a guy who shows up on day one, be like, hey, I just started playing. Oh, shit, the Kraken, let's fight him. Like, who are you? You just showed up here. Like, why are you here fighting a Kraken? Like, does that not bother gamers?
Yo,
like,
that's your RPG senses kicking in right there, Porter Rock. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's just me. Like, if I've been playing, like, you know, let's say the Kraken shows up in June, and me and Ram been playing for a while, and then Jay Barry decides to show up, and on that day he's fighting the Kraken and beating him, I'll be pissed.
Yeah,
I'll be like, who is you? Whose man's is this?
I
Like,
didn't get my skills up yet.
Why he ain't earned the ranks? Like, this dude ain't earned no rank. Why is he here? Like, you don't think that's gonna bother gamers? Like,
I mean, all the progression, progression is tied to the cosmetic system, right? So, like, you can't just buy. I don't. It sounds dumb because it is to me. Like, I don't care about cosmetics. So the idea of like doing longer quests to get like better looking gear so you can kind of like show off to your friends, that doesn't do it for me.
I agree.
But some people really like the cosmetic stuff. I mean, Overwatch's whole loot box system is dedicated to cosmetics. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is, man. Like, it does the gameplay narrative and hook isn't gonna get me. It's not gonna get you. It's not gonna get Jay Barry or J Dubs or Alex or anybody here. But I think the game is aimed at a different segment of the audience, a younger segment.
So here's a tough question. I'll be honest. I'm not a hater. I hope the game is successful because, you know, Xbox needs everything. It needs all the wins it could get. And I'll address this why in my last part of the podcast. But what happens if this game fails? What happens to Rare at this point?
They'll still be around.
If this game bombs,
business G.
what like Rand? Somebody. What happens to Rare? What my man Zaire? But oh man, we're gonna talk about Zaire too. But what happens to Rare at this point? If this game bombs, after 3 weeks, people realize this shit's boring. We're not fucking with this. What happens to them? Does Microsoft get
So before Game Pass, it would have been a catastrophe. I could see Rare getting shut down. But with Game Pass being the directive and future of what Xbox is going for, it doesn't matter if a game is successful. What matters is the content put into Game Pass to draw subscribers.
Okay.
It's very similar to Netflix. Netflix has shows that really draw people in, but they also have other shows that maybe aren't as good, that should have been canceled, but are there for the content provided to make the service better. So in this scenario, I don't think it really matters if Sea of Thieves fails because Game Pass and the subscribers are basically propping up that game.
So Game Pass saved Rare. So Game Pass saved a lot of people.
I would imagine. But if Game Pass wasn't there and Sea of Thieves was a disaster, like, yeah, there probably would be some serious trouble at Rare because it's an expensive game.
Let me pay the bill. Fallout, 347.6 version 2. My man said, Rand, what really happened to the Gamer Score podcast? I guess he meant podcast.
So it was a podcast I did back in 2011 with Stanley E3.
You can't get in the archive.
God damn.
I think I had a flip phone in 2011.
Oh shit, 2011? Like, Jesus Christ.
I had a flip phone. I had a Razor.
Yo, next gen was still searching for aliens and life on other planets.
Yeah, we did a podcast back then. It was like me, Stanley and A3, who was like #1 in gamer score in the world, and a couple other people, and we did like 200 some odd episodes, and eventually, as anybody here could probably tell you, like, people grow apart, and nobody really wanted to do the show anymore, and it just faded away.
All right.
Yo, they got jealous of you, Rand. Tell the truth. Come on,
Yo,
man.
I'm gonna tell you what really happened. Fucking Microsoft unveiled Xbox One, and everybody's like, abandoned ship. We done.
Well, you know that actually, you should listen to the reveal episode because I said Xbox One at that time was a giant piece of dog shit.
Oh, I'm gonna look for this shit.
And
Stallion
said that it was like a great system. I said everything about that system was a piece of shit, and they should be ashamed for making. I was a little bit more critical back. Well, I am critical of Xbox, but I was a lot more harsher back then.
Wait, that was around the same time y'all was us Sony fanboys was crying about crossplay, right?
2013,
2011. Did you say 2011?
Oh,
that's when we started it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, with Defiance.
I just had to throw that. I just had to throw that shit in the pot.
This guy's already throwing that crossplay bullshit. All right, Dan. This yo. I started some shit on Twitter with that. Jesus Christ, yo. But that's what I do. Anyway, yo. All right. So let me bring this up. We gotta talk about Zaire now. All right, my man. NXTGEN720. We're gonna talk about brother,
shit.
All right. Kidsmoove's back. We're gonna talk about Zaire. You know what I'm saying? Listen. You're losing your faith, brother. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm here to provide you a contract right now. Listen.
Join the unit, baby.
Listen. Kevin Durant realized he ain't winning no rings with Oklahoma.
Oh, shit.
So unless you want to end up like Patrick Ewing, I think you need to cut over.
Patrick Ewing with the knee pads.
Listen.
I had to take a shot at my Knicks though.
You could be Ewing or you could be KD.
Hey, yo, listen.
Hey, be Ewing. Ain't nothing wrong with B. Ewing.
What we doing? What, bro? Have you seen him lately, bro?
I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck, right? I did a little bullshit hangout earlier today, right? And somebody asked me and was like, "Do I have faith in Microsoft? Well, you know, being able to bring it, you know what I mean? Because you know, like I said, questions all of you, whatever. Since I've been doing this, I've met a few people within the loop, right? And I'm not, you know, I don't really, you know, kiss and tell from away under the bus, but was said to me verbatim, we hear you guys. Next gen was like, "Oh, Messiah," you know what I mean? We know what you guys want, right? And I raised this question for the last 2 years that I don't know if Microsoft realized what their core wants. You know what I mean? Like I even said then them hanging their hat on Play Anywhere and all that shit like that. But listen, I'm a diehard Xbox guy. I use that shit maybe one time. I'm just keeping it funky. You know what I mean? I don't want to launch games from my goddamn desk prompt. You know what I mean? It's not my thing. But I said I can say this, right? You tell me that you hear me. You hear me. You hear me. You hear us. Not just me. I'm sorry. You hear us. And what the fans want. Do you give us that show fucking Saturday? So I'm scratching my head. They got motherfucking Larry Bird looking like Vanna White from the Wheel of Fortune. Like, I don't know what the fuck going on, man. That was called...
When I was a wee little boy.
Listen, that was called the epitome of diabetic gaming. That shit was sweet. Sweet. So the answer to the question is not that, in all honesty, I believe that they want to put on a good show. My thing is, I don't know if they know how to. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I give even E3, they had a sizzle reel of about 40 some odd games. I can't tell you that one game that they showed. That's the guys on this crew. You know what I mean?
Real rap. Microsoft, I always praise them with their E3s on their shows. They always had like good pacing. You know what I mean? Like that's one thing Sony never had. Like Sony could show games would be boring as fuck. You know what I mean? But Microsoft, it keep you engaged. But that show right there, oh my God. I was like,
and then they follow that up with Gamescom. Here you got brand new hardware. And they had a better showing for a PC exclusive Age of Origin than your whole goddamn platform. I'm like, God damn. And then they followed that shit up with Comic-Con. And my man Mega told me to wait till the Tokyo goddamn game show. And it was that then I stopped believing in Jesus Christ when they told me to wait till the goddamn Tokyo game show. I was done. So, and to answer your question, I mean, in all honesty, I know that they maybe want to go out there and put on a good show, but I just don't know if they know how to or what they core want anymore. You know what I mean? I don't know what they're searching for. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean? But like I said, this year, just think about it. The games that we're getting this year is what we were supposed to have last year. You know what I mean?
Right. Hey, it was Major Nelson. He was the one with the gloves, right? He had the gloves. Hey, Rand, do you talk to Major Nelson? Do you have access to him?
I've spoken to Major Nelson twice. And, I'm pretty sure he doesn't number one know who I am or give a shit about me. No.
Listen, somebody needs to relay to that man that glove thing. He got to stop.
Hey, yo, Proto Rock.
Men don't do that.
Major Nelson Major Nelson not the problem, yo. He's corny by design, bro.
No, but goddamn, bro, like nobody wants to see a dude be Vanna White. Like all he has to do is just grab the item and show it. He doesn't have to finesse it.
I got a question.
I'm like, yo, this shit's weird looking.
If that dude AC Bongos, bro, AC Bongos, he gotta go, man. He gotta go.
Let me pay the bill. My man Von Lamont says Phil cares about adding more paid subscriptions. That might be the key to Microsoft's success in the future. Everybody's doing it, right? Like Amazon's trying to do it. Google, Sony.
I got a question, right? I haven't got you. Ram, what's going on with you? Let me ask you a question. If I'm not mistaken, if I misspoke, I stand corrected. But I surmise the last time at the Xbox we got a AAA game announcement might have been like 2015.
A new one? Outside of the Forza games? Yeah.
That's about right. Okay. It's now 2018. We've had more announcements for, Havoc engine or press play, and all that other shit there without any games. You're diehard Xbox guy. Do you think that they can? Do they know what the core what we're asking for?
Yeah, they're aware, but
are they willing to give it then?
I think they're going. I think a lot of this has to depend on the success of Game Pass. Look, I was told months ago that they're working extremely hard on building new games and signing games, especially for next gen. Like all these rumors that you hear about Fable and Perfect Dark and MechAssault and all that stuff, that's all for next gen, and it's all for Game Pass. And they're building all these new exclusive stuff. And I had this, me and Porter Rock talked about it on a podcast because eventually down the road, there's going to be an Xbox streaming service that you'll be able to use Xbox Game Pass with, and you'll be able to play Xbox games on your TV or on your phone or on your PC, and one day most likely on the Nintendo Switch without having to buy an Xbox. That's like the future of where it's going. Hold on.
No, fanboy part apart. That's you when you think about that. I mean, cut all the fanboy shit apart. When you look at Microsoft,
hold. Tell me the story again. My man got swallowed by the fish.
Joe,
that shit again. I can believe that. This ain't where we going. This ain't the ass way.
Listen, but I've been saying this because you got to look at Microsoft. Isn't that when you think of Microsoft? Don't you think of no, seriously. I know we all joking aside, but beyond the fanboy shit, when you think of Microsoft, don't you think of a company that makes product and they put that shit everywhere and they don't give a fuck who makes it? That's who they are.
But listen, they gotta save some value to that hardware.
But think about it.
Don't do me like that.
Think about it. You got Microsoft Word on Mac. You don't even need Windows for that shit no more. Their biggest product, Microsoft Office, you don't even need Windows.
Okay, so what
you could buy a MacBook and still have Microsoft Office.
Bro, let's keep it a buck. That's not a good sign for Xbox, the brand.
Okay, but hold on.
But in reality, why we could say it's not a good sign for Xbox. We could talk shit about that. But think of the money Microsoft makes if they have everything on everything.
Yeah,
they'll make more money than anybody else in the industry.
If people want more games, which is what people complain about Xbox is, it doesn't have any games, right?
Yeah.
Game Pass would essentially give Xbox and Phil the leeway to make more games, which is what I've been told they are doing. They are going out and they're spending a ton of money trying to build games and acquire games for the service. And a subscription service only works if you have content that people want to play. If Netflix had no exclusive movies or TV shows, nobody would be subscribed to Netflix. So the idea that's what they're going for. So yeah, like there's going to be a new Fable, there's going to be a new Perfect Dark, there's a Gears spinoff coming, there's a Halo spinoff coming. Like they are really like you're going to see a lot of games, but like I'm just not sure if a lot of the games that are going to happen are going to be games that people want to see. You know what I mean? The games are going to come.
Ready for that?
Let me ask you this. Let me ask Rand this. This is important. Do you think when they changed leadership, whether it was from Gates and to whenever they changed all that, they brought new people in. Don't you think the Xbox community should have taken a step back and understood that we got new leadership in? They're going to have different priorities, and the guys and gals who didn't understand that are just moist.
Well, a lot of things happened when the old regime got the boot for destroying Xbox, when Donnie Matrick and Mark Whitten and all those guys torpedoed it. So Phil had to take over, and what's the first thing he did? He had to cut price on the system, and he had to pull out Kinect, right? Of course, Phil has a boss who goes by the name Phil Meyerson, who is he's a stickler for coming budgets.
Yeah,
like, and he controlled it. And you look about like the games now, 2018 games take 3 or 4 years to make, 2 to 3 years. There's a reason why they went through this drought, because not only did Phil have to like reapply for his job when Nutella took over,
damn,
and tried to explain to Nutella why Xbox needs to exist at all. And his idea was, we're going to put Xbox anywhere. And he had a strategy of what he wanted to do. 1, fix the hardware. 2, fix Xbox Live. 3, bring the games. 2 of them are done. Here's the 3rd. And the whole strategy revolves around putting Xbox on literally every device on a planet that's not a PlayStation at this point.
But ain't that like contradicting? Like, he's trying to prove to everybody that they need Xbox, but eventually you don't need Xbox.
Well,
you know?
But it's not about, you see, they don't make any money on the hardware. They make all the money on the subscriptions and the game sales and stuff. And the console's never going away. The console's always going to be here. Like, if you want the best version of the multiplats and the Xbox games on your Xbox 2 or whatever it's going to be, it'll be there. But then also, maybe a person on the Switch wants to play Fable 4 streaming on the Nintendo Switch, and that'll be an option, and they can subscribe there too.
Listen, yo, real rap, that is not going to work. It's not working for Xbox. You gotta, yo, gamers like traditional stuff, like PlayStation, what they're doing, what Nintendo's doing. Look at the success that's coming to those platforms, because they're giving gamers the incentive. I can play this here. What Microsoft is trying to push for, that type of change, yo, gamers is not going to respond well to that. They're going to be like, yo, I'm just going to.
Yeah, but a PlayStation gamer,
they're going to feel alienated. They're going to feel alienated.
Wait, but a PlayStation gamer isn't going to like go to Xbox anyways. But if Microsoft sees, and I know
there's no need to go to Xbox.
I understand that, but then Microsoft says, if that person's not going to spend any money on our platform anyways, why don't we give him the option of potentially give him a streaming service where he could? I know Porter Rock 100% agrees with me on that.
I do, because here's the thing. See, you guys are looking at it as, they still focus on the actual box. Microsoft. And me and Rand are on the same page. Okay. Microsoft is not looking they're not looking at this as Xbox gaming. They're looking at this as Microsoft gaming.
Okay.
With Xbox as a device. PlayStation has PlayStation has what? 73, 76, 80 billion sales.
Okay.
Xbox one has 35.
Okay.
There's a clear, huge market that's not buying Xbox. So guess what?
PlayStation is giving you the reasons to go come here.
But that's fine. But Microsoft is like, you know what?
Speak from your heart, Jabbar. Speak from your heart.
But that's fine. But Microsoft's like, you know what? We're gonna put our games on your platform. You don't want to buy Xbox? Don't buy it then. Fuck it. Don't buy it. You Japanese, you hate us. We think the worst company. But guess what? We're still gonna be able to provide games on the platform you want, and we're gonna make money off what you have.
I have a question or a thing. I'm about to hop in this hot tub time machine. About 2 years ago, right? I had this very sad conversation with Phil, my right-handed God. So help me, Xbox, right? I said to Phil, I said, Phil, I don't want to see my preferred platform become a service. That's what I said, right? You know what I mean? And whatever that means, you know, of course, we got a little bit more clarity now with the Xbox Game Pass. But didn't Phil answer that? Said we never see a Halo or whatever the hell on the PlayStation or something. If he didn't say that, I just want to ask him that, or as far as the Xbox Game Pass going to other platforms, you know what I mean? But here's the thing, the only route I will see them taking that is if that they're no longer in their hardware business, and then that absolutely makes all the sense in the world, right? Because let's be honest, even by them putting Play Anywhere. Be honest with you, that didn't boost the sales of goddamn Gears of War, Quantum Break, Forza. You know what I mean? If anything, you hurt the sales of, like I said, of your platform. And listen, you look at the combination within this community of all of us here. Most people have either PS4 and a PC. Why? Because they feel as though they can't get the PlayStation exclusives on the on the PC, but they can, and they got the PC for all their multiplats, right? And I understand they do make the bulk of their money off of software sales. So here's the thing: in all reality, the less hardware you sell, right? That means the less copies of Duty, Battlefield, where they get the big money from. You know what I mean? They're not paying any money to develop that game. It's just a free $15 in the mail. You know what I mean? Only, like I said again, only if they're going to get out of the hardware business, then I can see that going. You know what I mean? And I could be wrong. Maybe, you know, if the next Xbox, let's be clear, it's not like the Xbox is not selling. If you look at the NPD, and it's not even be damage control. Look at the NPD from January, it was less than 3% between all three platforms as far as sales. You know what I mean? This is that the PS4, and you know, right now, you know, this generation is so extremely. But does that carry over into next generation? You know what I mean? 2 years from now, maybe Microsoft might start the generation with the Gears, the Halo, and the Fable.
I honestly think it will carry over because I think every generation Microsoft has their hands tied back. Like Asia, they don't got the Asian market at all. There's nothing Microsoft can do. Xbox is not going to sell in that region. It's a dead issue. I think by now we all realize the Asian market don't want Xbox. Most of Europe don't want Xbox.
Okay.
And you can't be a global conglomerate that only sells to America and Brazil and the UK. That doesn't make sense. There's a lot of people you're losing money, like you're missing out of. So let's say this strategy, right? Microsoft decides to put their games on PlayStation, Nintendo. And because this strategy happened, instead of selling 35 million consoles in 4 years, they sell 20 million. You know, it's like almost a 50% cut, right? But where they lost 15 million consoles on their own personal property, they just gained 76 million PlayStation users and 20 million Switch users that are growing at a faster rate than their own platform. And I think that's where Microsoft sees that. They see, yo, we got PlayStations around the world. They got PlayStations in countries we don't even have consoles in, and we can't get no money from that platform.
Okay.
And I think Nadia Sadal is like, that's bullshit. We have to make money off their shit.
So I mean, I don't know. I just don't see that happening unless they're going to throw in the goddamn child, and so we're getting out of the hardware business. Because that again, if you're putting PC, even though you talk shit, two different consumers, right? And that doesn't, you know, I mean, at the end of the day. But if you're talking about putting your exclusives or making your exclusives multi-plats, then there's no reason to own your hardware. And if there's no reason to own your hardware, that means you're not going to sell Duty, you're not going to sell Battlefield, you're not going to sell.
I'm gonna be honest. I think some Xbox fans don't give a fuck. I think when they say exclusives don't matter, I think some dudes are just gonna
fanboy. I'm just talking about the end of the day. If I walk into a store, right, and I know that I can still play your Gears, Forza, Halo, Fable, whatever the fuck, on my Switch, I don't have to buy your hardware.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? But like I said, you're still missing the other side of the coin because there's still, like I said, the multi-plats, which outsells everything. You still have a big demographic for that. You know what I mean? If this, like I said, say at the start of next generation, say if it starts 2020, 2021, right? And Microsoft's at the gate, hardware's more powerful than Sony, and they got their guns and they got their ducks and they got the Halo, the Gears, the Fable, whatever fuck falls, all ready to go day one. Boop bop, boop bop. Who's to say again? They might not hop out only if they, you know what I mean? You know, a jump start, get back to doing. I'm gonna be honest with you. To me, and shout out to Mighty Moss, he brought it was a very good point. One of Microsoft's strong suits from last generation is that they made the better second-party deals, the Mass Effects, the Bioshocks, you know, the Oblivions, and you know those games. Like I said, were exclusive to the platform. You know, write the check, whatever they got there, and lock it down. You know what I mean? If they can go back to doing that, and you know, better marketing and their hardware is up to snuff. We all know Sony starts the generation very slow, then they pick up steam. They start very, very slow. We may have a new race, you know what I mean? At the end of the
I remember, I was listening to a podcast when Moss said that, but the one thing one of the reasons that Microsoft was able to do that was because Sony didn't launch their console till a year later. It was more difficult to develop for, and it was $600.
Also, they cut the check too.
Yes, they cut the check, but Microsoft they had power that then. Most of the games, like I remember back in those days, MPDs used to actually separate the games. Like literally, they would show the 360 version of a game and the PS3 version of the game as the top 10. So like you will always see Call of Duty 360 version #1. Like almost every multi-plat, the 360 version sold better than the PS3 version. Like so, developers saw 360 is the platform. That's why a lot of the exclusives went multi-plat. Because they couldn't rely on PS3 to be the main seller for these games. That's the reason why Grand Theft Auto 4 went day one on 360.
You also got to remember, a lot of those games weren't running up to par with the 360. That's the reason why the 360 version did well.
Look, and I agree. I agree with Zaire. I also kind of like exclusives are the reason to own the system, and whatever friends you have, if they own the system, they all own PlayStations. You'll probably get a PlayStation so you can play with them, right? They help sell the system. Uncharted sells PlayStation. Halo used to sell Xbox. So the idea that Microsoft is going to remove that equation completely, even when I was told about this plan, it kind of I don't know what to think, because clearly Microsoft doesn't care about exclusivity really at all. I mean, look what they did this gen. They started Xbox Play Anywhere, which I agree with you, Zaire. You said it doesn't really help. I agree. I think the Windows Store is ridiculous. It doesn't work right, and PC users don't want to use it, right? But their mantra has always been play the games you want to play on the device that you own, right? Phil's talked about a streaming service coming in 2 to 3 years. He mentioned it in his tweet to Tim yesterday about how games will run 100% in the cloud. Now, let me ask you this. If you own an Xbox, or let me ask you this. Who is the game streaming service for, right? Xbox has backwards compatibility right now, 500 games, even more like backwards compatibility stuff with OG Xbox. PlayStation has it as well, but through their streaming service. So their streaming service was a backwards compatibility option, right? Microsoft is building a game streaming service, and you have to ask, for what reason? What is the reason they're building a game streaming service? I think it's two factors. One, it's future-proofing, because I honestly think there'll be no consoles 10 years from now. It'll all just be a Hulu stick you plug into your TV, and you just play these games on the servers. But in the meantime, it's to get gamers who don't own an Xbox to play it on their TV. Because me, as an Xbox gamer, I'd never use a game streaming service because I have an Xbox. I have the games. What do I need to stream for? The game streaming service is there so other people who don't have Xbox can play Xbox games and subscribe to the service. That's what it's there for.
I mean, if you're going to use that narrative, then Sony's way ahead of the game, because they've been doing the streaming service shit for the longest.
I think if you notice, Google, that's why Google wants to do it. Amazon, I think well, there's smoke, there's fire. Let me pay some bills.
They want to get out. Sony and all of them want to get out of the hardware business because it costs a shit ton of money to dev the hardware, and they don't make any money selling the hardware. If they make any money, it's $5 or $10. So they want to get rid of it, but it's not there yet. Consumers have to be. Here's the thing: consumers have to be drip-fed changes over the course of time. The main reason the Xbox One failed with the mixed messaging in the beginning is because Xbox literally tried to change everything at once. You can't change everything at once. You have to change one thing at a time, right? Look what it is now. People on the 360, when it was all physical, people I'll never go all digital. I'll never go all digital. What's happening? Everybody's basically all digital. That barrier's been overcome. Right? When you introduce game streaming, I'll never game stream. And they slowly introduce it to you as an option until later on down the road, it becomes a permanent solution. That's what they're doing. I mean, these companies do it all the time. They dole out changes in small, doses for you to get acclimated to, so you're more accepting of it as time goes on. And Microsoft learned a hard lesson with 2013. Now, the question to you as an Xbox gamer, what is it if all the games come and there's a new Fable, there's a new Gears, there's a Gears spinoff, there's a Mechassault, all these games that you want, what does it matter if the games are also available to be played on your TV or on a Nintendo Switch? You're getting what you wanted. You're getting the games, right? I mean, isn't that what people ask for? Please provide me with games. And if Xbox provide those games, what does it matter if someone on the Nintendo Switch can stream it? Because what I've always heard from everybody is nobody would use streaming because streaming sucks. So even if it was on Nintendo, who would use it? Because nobody likes using game streaming. That's always the argument I hear with the PlayStation Now and how it sucks. So people still would need an Xbox anyways.
Only Jay Bart uses that shit. Hey, let me pay some bills real quick. Raven Flow says Xbox always has droughts. I would say this gen, because I'll be honest, on the OG Xbox, I don't remember droughts. And I don't even remember droughts on the 360, to be honest. I don't.
Yeah.
Zeke, would you agree to that? You've been ride or die green since day one.
That last year was pretty droughtful for Xbox 360.
Last year was horrible.
Well, that I could see. The last year was out 2013.
Think about it. delayed all of last year's games.
All right.
So this year would have something. Imagine if all of these games this year came out last year. 2018 would be, there'd be nothing. It literally would be nothing. Like, and it makes you wonder what exactly happened. And I'll tell you what happened. They didn't have it. They weren't allowed to invest in any new games, period. Like Tyre Myerson, basically no investments, cancel all these games. And that's what had to happen. But now that Phil's promoted and Satya believes in his vision and they are hiring for tons of position at Microsoft. They are building the games, but the games are all for next gen to fill out Game Pass. Is it going to be games that you want? I don't know.
I think that what Phil said to Tim Dog in black and white is there for everybody to read. And pretty much it's going to be an app, and you are going to be able to play it on whether it's on an LG TV, whether it's on a Samsung TV, and yes, even possibly a Sony television. Maybe never a
don't do it.
But
it's right there. And then he said later on that the local console will always be there to play the games the best way. That's their strategy going forward. I mean, I heard about this like months ago. And
the people who can't see that and don't see that future and are still saying, "Oh, woe is me," you're moist because they're telling you what you're going to get. And now either you can accept it or you don't have to accept it. It's not that difficult. They don't have a gun to your head. If you're bitching that much, go play on a PC. Then you can just play pretty much.
They're doing these steps to try to get money, but in those steps, you're gonna lose your fan base. Your fan base is basically telling you, we don't want this.
You gotta burn 15% to pick up a bigger, wider audience. You do it. And
Microsoft, we making all these excuses like, oh, Microsoft, they don't have the global market, they're not in this region. That's their fault. They need to be aggressive and go for those markets.
But Jay Barry, we're not talking about like only one gen. Xbox been out since 2001. It's been 17 years. Like at what point? Yes, I know it's their fault, but you know, it's like you know, yes, it's your fault, but what's done is done. There's no going back. Like it's been 17 years. And they haven't found a solution to penetrate this market. So what are they gonna keep doing something for the next 17 years? At a certain point, you got to throw in the towel.
All I'm saying is that these companies like Nintendo and PlayStation, other platforms, is doing it the traditional way, and it's showing that gamers like that way. Microsoft trying to do some next joint, and it's not showing.
All right, let's put it this way. Day one, right? Day one, Nintendo came out. Everybody loved Nintendo. It was the leading market. It was everything, right? Day one, when PlayStation came out, dominated the industry. Day one, when Xbox came out, hardly anyone bought it. Like it didn't make no noise. Like it was a niche console.
I remember that Xbox. I was like, damn, Microsoft coming out with a gaming console.
Niche. Yeah. Like Xbox never presented it. Xbox never had the opportunity to come out like a beast, like Nintendo and Sony did. It was a niche. And then it had to grow into 360, and look what it took to grow. Like Sony completely fucked themselves over. Like they came out a year later, they were hyping Blu-ray. They launched with MotorStorm for $600. Rumble was last gen. Like yo, you can't. Like how much shit can you fuck up? Yo, I'm surprised Sony was able to sell 80 million. Like any other company would have not sold even 20 million.
Well, what Sony did?
Like you see what I'm saying?
Strong, baby.
But you see what I'm saying? But look what it took for Microsoft to be competitive.
But look what Sony did to get out of that whole limelight of them, you know, doing all these bad things. They sold you on first party exclusive. Okay, guys, you can't get this anywhere else.
But let's be honest. Let's be honest. PlayStation already had a name for itself, though.
Of course,
it already has a name.
They just had a hiccup. That's all.
That's all. It was a hiccup. It was a hiccup.
A lot of good rapport with gamers with the 360. 360 took a lot of PlayStation dudes away.
But once Sony fixed themselves, so Sony had a lot of rapport. It was a hiccup. Let's be honest. PS3 was a huge hiccup, but it was a hiccup nonetheless. They easily recovered from that only because when they recovered, people saw, okay, good. Now you're back to the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 era. Good job, Sony. You're back to what you were. Microsoft doesn't have that. They don't have two dominating console gens for people to go.
Horrible one.
This is who you are.
What are the Xbox guys saying now? They want to get back to the 360 time side of things.
But look, fighting
for the third
I understand, but look what it took to create the 360. It took Sony to fuck up royally.
Right.
Sony's not gonna do that again. They're not gonna release a $700 ultra rate player.
I'm saying they were
Motorstorm 4.
They were still giving gamers an incentive, like, okay, buy this platform, because they was going for the third party. They had their little first parties there as well. They had the indies on lock. They were still giving you that incentive, like, yo, yeah, Sony's messing up. Come on our platform and game on it. I'm not even bringing up the
Hold on, let me pay some bills real quick. Raven Flow said, thank you so much. He said Xbox has been trying Play Anywhere since Gen 1.
Well,
I mean, again, about that.
It's like, all right, look, but Jay, what you're saying is right, but again, they have changed leadership at Microsoft, and for the Xbox, that's not the same group that put the OG Xbox out. Okay,
no, and I've been saying for years, I don't think this guy fit for the job. I've been saying,
all right, but the Xbox One, that gen has sold more because the OG Xbox sold what, like 24 to 26 million. So this generation of consoles for them has sold more than that. Whether it's 10 million more,
shit, Porter Rock.
Holy, don't stop!
There's your PSVR, dude.
Alarm and caster. Damn, $100 donation. Holy shit, bro. Yo, I'm telling you, I got some
that right away.
Yo, I got Sony execs up in here. I know I do. Anyway, he says, appreciate channel brother, been a subscriber for a while. Gotta support my PlayStation bedroom. We talk on Twitter a few times. Salim Sansbury, Twitter handle. Anyway, have a safe trip overseas. Z, it's time. Sign that contract. No backpedaling, Negro.
Let's go.
That's it. Yo, I'm faxing.
I don't know, that PSVR looking real nice right now.
Yo, I'm faxing the paperwork to Z right now.
For some $100 donation, hell yeah.
I'm faxing the paperwork right now. God damn, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Zaire gonna be back on Xbox hard body. If they show what he wants at E3, you know, he gonna be back in this fanboy ways.
Playing Gears right now.
You know what I'm saying?
Why wouldn't I though? I mean,
this nigga stuffing his face, man. What you eating, bro?
I just some motherfucking Chipotle.
Hey. Oh shit!
The biggest problem with the Xbox is the games thing, right? We all agree on that, right?
Yeah, I agree.
And if they provide the games, people will be happy. It's just, look, I'm not saying it'll be on the Switch. That's just where I think it'll go eventually. But it's definitely coming to your TV, and it's definitely coming to PC and like iPads and shit. The Switcher might be down the road, but I mean, if they give you what you want, but are also trying to expand to more people, I don't really see what the big issue is.
Let me ask you a question, Rand.
They need new IPs, man. Period.
That too. Let me ask you a question. One of my gripes that I've had with the exclusive as of late, I got it for red diabetic gaming. Red, you know, just the art style.
Snake with that diabetic.
Yeah, the cartoony stuff. Right? Yeah.
Is this the direction that they're like? You know what I mean? Is this what this is all about?
Nah, like I you know, even though me and you don't talk very often, I do listen to your shows. And I do find them quite funny, especially when Post Up is trying to say, "I'm going to prevent the show from being Rip Xbox." You know,
hey, Post Up, we need a pallbearer, right? You in the front of the casket.
And I feel you too, man. Like they aren't exactly the most mature games out there. You like God of War, Last of Us, and I actually am anticipating the PlayStation exclusives more. I don't think it's a directive from Phil. You know, the times I've talked to Phil, he doesn't tell them the art style to use. That's up to the teams, right? Yeah, I've said like, hey, like, why do these games look the way they look? And he's like, we greenlight the games, but I don't tell them how to make the game.
Full of shit.
No, he's not full of shit.
He's full of shit.
No, he's not.
Who's full of shit?
My question is, like, Rand, do you think, because that's the same thing he told me also, but do you think he should? Because I'll be honest with you, right? He said when I answered the question, he said it was just timing, right? But even if you go back, we've had maybe I think two like mature graphic looking titles. Let's see, we'll say Quantum Break and maybe Rise, okay? But if you look at the art style of everything that they've been releasing, you know what I mean? Whether it's Voodoo Vince and whatever.
The hell, somebody's on the run and shit.
This is the Bronx, baby.
And like, I'll give you an example. Like, you got Sea of Thieves. Maybe, like I said, maybe that is the second coming of Jesus Christ and man with a baptism. I've yet to play it, right? So maybe it may be something I played for me to get it. Like, same thing with PUBG. I didn't get it until I played it, right? But I know, like I said, more likely than not, had the art style like of a Ubisoft game. What's that shit? Skull and Bones. It'd have been perceived, a lot better. You know what I mean? But like, like this that whole, I got the world's most powerful goddamn console, and the games. And I'm not saying that in his one. I'm not saying this because those can't be great games, but I just want, man, god damn, you know what I mean?
I've had the same conversation with my friends, dude. In fact, I'm not going to say who said this to me, but when I got my X, I had a conversation with an Xbox person, and he said his one complaint with the X was that they didn't have a mature title built for the system to showcase it off.
Yeah.
And this is someone high up at Xbox.
Hey, yo, I had a debate with Xbox dude, and I was telling the same thing. They say I lost the debate. Now it's just funny that everybody's saying.
I mean,
Hey,
Sea of Thieves looks the way it looks. So does Super Lucky's Tale. So does Crackdown. Looks like and I don't know, man. Like, you are kind of right in the sense that Xbox seems to be going for the more cartoony thing, but it might just be down to the studios they have. Like, Rare specializes in very kind of exaggerated characters and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think this is always the way it's going to be. I think Sony's developers are more talented.
Damn.
Quite honest with
Facts.
you.
Hey, my guy, what up?
But
These dudes.
I guess I don't know. I think this might all depend. Like, it sound like a broken
Rand,
record.
stop trying to figure it out. Shit.
Nah, what I got to do, man, is Game Pass. Like, because I've had extensive conversations with people at Xbox about the plans for this thing, and they feel that if it takes off and is successful, it can actually allow them to greenlit games that they normally wouldn't have, or like they can do more Quantum Breaks or more Rises and games like that, because the games themselves don't have to be super successful by themselves, because it's all about Game Pass at this point. It's all about providing content to get people to subscribe. So like the success of an individual title doesn't really matter anymore at this point. At least that's what was told to me about that type of stuff. But
that's crazy.
I don't know.
Do you think it's the wrong direction though? Like, I mean, I can't be the only one over here just scratching my head. Maybe I'm a little bit more vocal, but I'm just looking like, God damn, hold up, man. Baby, give me the money. I gotta stab myself in the stomach. My diabetes cutting up. Like, I watched that goddamn show. I slipped into a diabetic coma.
Yeah, the show wasn't.
You know what's the problem though, Zaire? Is people questioning you that you're actually being critical or questioning or asking these questions. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's I'm like, yo, why are people mad at him for asking certain questions? You know what I mean? Like, yo, me and Zaire been going back and forth a lot. That's one thing I can give him credit for. Yo, he has a stance. You know what I mean? If they're not delivering on the certain quotas that he want, you're gonna get a response. These people on Xbox, the other dudes, they be like, okay, all right, Phil want to go in this direction. That's cool. I'm fine with that. Like, yo, you just had a stance like all these years debating PlayStation ponies and Nintendo dudes, and then once everything changes up, you're just like, okay, let's go on with the win. Nobody have a stance no more, man.
You know what it is, though? Honestly, I've always said this, and don't get me wrong. YouTube is entertainment. You get some parts of myself, Zaire, within the character of NXTGEN720, but I'm a consumer and a gamer first. You know what I mean? And what made, I've always said this again, what made me an Xbox guy, with games like, even though a Fable was a little graphic style, you know what I mean? But it got a little mature type. Same-sex marriage was kind of edgy back then. You know what I mean? Xbox Live, we had games like Togi, Bruce Lee. I can go on and on, right? And I'm gonna say this again, right? And that's like a broken record. I had more faith in the product back then, in this 6th generation, when they was getting their teeth kicked in by Sony, the one or whatever the fuck the case may be. But you had guys like Bowman and them guys, they believed in the product, right? Even with the strides that they made with the 360, going out and making all these second-party deals and write the check, Microsoft with the $, cool. And then I vote, and I said this again, I'm not going to, fuck, it is fucking gloves is off, right? And I said, even in this generation, right? And I said that I don't understand how Sony can be out there out hustling them. Like, you don't see, like, the shit on TV, and they're not doing the third-party deals, which they got shit on for last generation. They're not doing that anymore. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on here? So then, you know, my man, my man. He's like, well, see, they say no, they're money for the exclusives. So then we get 16, 17, 18. We ain't got no goddamn exclusives. We don't need no bigger hard drive. We get that shit for exclusives. Like, what the fuck is going on over there, man? You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is against saying, you know, spin and not theatrics. 2006, outside of the X, I think the X is the best console I ever owned in my life. Like, I'm a very shallow man. I would take beauty before brains any day of the goddamn week. That's just me, right? American way, fast cars, apple pie, bitches with fat asses. That's me all day, right? I'm guilty as sin. But if it was outside of the X, I'm just keeping it a buck. And just looking at what we had, fucking Voodoo Vince, fucking Lucky Tales, Disney Rush, Zoo Tycoon, Phantom Dust with their original asses, nigga.
Yeah, last year was bad. Last year was
looking bad.
They sacrificed last year for this year. Like, you know, they could have released those.
But what we getting this year, we were supposed to get last year.
Exactly. And if we did get those games last year, what would we have this year? Nothing.
Shit.
Nothing. It literally would be nothing. You know, outside of Forza Horizon 4 at the end of the year. Something happened. And like I said, they weren't allowed to invest and make new games. You know, they had to cancel games. Shit got real fucking spooky there at Xbox.
Didn't Phil Spencer said in 2014 that they're doubling down on first party?
Hey, you ain't lying about that shit, right?
He did say that was before the CEO change.
Oh,
like,
man.
when I had heard rumors when the new CEO took over, he didn't believe in Xbox. Like, it was
who's the CEO?
Nadia.
Yeah, but Phil pitched him among other people, and he liked Phil's proposal, and now Satya is 100% behind Xbox.
How could you not be about Xbox and the successor to 360? That hit product. How could you not be about the Xbox with that huge successor?
Because the 360 didn't make Xbox a lot of money.
Well, they had the Red Ring of Death. But
They had a red.
I'm saying, it sold a shitload of software.
And they had the mind share in this.
And then look what happened. They bet the farm on Connect, and nobody bought the Xbox One at the beginning. It was a disaster. Everything about the Xbox One was a disaster from the start. You know,
my thing is now with you guys having the Xbox One X out, none of these games are really gonna push what this X can do. So it's gonna be a hard sell for anybody to buy the Xbox One X right now, right?
It's up. Microsoft said it was basically a third-party machine. You know, all the third-party games will run better. That's what they're running it on. And as far as this is the direction that they should go, I don't know. I guess we'll find out in 3 to 4 years if this was the right choice, right? I'm just
satisfied.
Am I satisfied? Yes. No, because last year was terrible.
I have a question for you, Rand. And since you're pretty good with Phil. When Phil got promoted, now he's part of the round table. Did they promote him to the round table? Where I guess that's the code word, that they're using. Did they promote him for the round table to advocate for Xbox, or did he get promoted because they want him to be part of the vision of Microsoft? You understand what I'm saying? Because I know the assumption most gamers have is, he can advocate for the console. Now he has a seat. He's gonna do everything for Xbox. But playing devil's advocate, sometimes I wonder, did they promote him to advocate for Xbox, or is he now part of the Microsoft elite and he's part of the Microsoft plan?
Well, he's
just trying to figure out how to get Xbox into that overall plan.
He's always been one of the. He's been there since the dawn of time. So Phil is one of the elite at Microsoft, right? But removing the division, because the division existed under Terry Myerson, and Xbox's main goal was to drive interest and popularity in Windows. That would, if it didn't benefit Windows, then Xbox couldn't do it, right? So they moved it out from underneath the Windows moniker, and now Phil runs Xbox. He has it's just him and the CEO. He doesn't have to get anything approved by Terry Myerson, right? So Xbox can now be what it wants to be to make Xbox better instead of making Windows better, right? And of course, as part of his goal is gaming, which is what they refer to as Xbox. So, a lot of it may be trying to him persuading other members of the board to believe in Xbox more than they do. But if they didn't like the job he did, they wouldn't have promoted him, right? But at the end of the day, it's all about games. And Zaire asked if I was happy with their output. No, last year was terrible. And is this year better? Sure, but I'm not that interested in State of Decay. I'm not that interested in Crackdown. I'll love Forza Horizon 4. But yeah, last year was a travesty.
Yo, they gonna really come at you now, Rand. Oh.
I mean, I've been saying this though. This isn't anything new.
Yeah, this is not new.
Like, I've said this in my videos and in my podcast. Like, and if Microsoft doesn't look, they need to, because otherwise nobody's going to want to buy the system or subscribe.
Look, my thing is, are they giving the games that Xbox gamers want? That's
what I was asking.
Right, you're right.
Because to me, it feels like, hey, these motherfuckers is living off the land, right? You know, we just give them anything for $10 and it's good. You know what I mean? No, it don't work.
Well, okay, but here's the thing: what do Xbox gamers want, right? And let me explain this, because Microsoft has given Xbox gamers Rise, Sunset Overdrive, Quantum Break, all these other games in the beginning of the gen that failed and didn't make any money, and they couldn't do sequels for. What if Xbox gamers are a new breed, right? What if Zaire's right when he says he's the last of a dying breed? What if there's a new breed of Xbox gamers that want Sea of Thieves, right? I mean,
Rand. I don't want to cut you off, but check this out. This is my thought, right? I don't think it's Xbox gamers' fault. You got to realize those first games that Microsoft did give us, that shit was mediocre at best. And you can't expect, just because you got some games that are exclusive coming out, that people are going to buy them. They have to be good games.
No, of course.
They can't just be mediocre.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to play devil's advocate on that statement. It's hard. Again, like I said, I'm not a big fan of Rise. I think it sucked. I like Sunset Overdrive was good. You know, I like Sunset Overdrive. It was good. But it's hard to sell Sunset Overdrive when the console costs $500. That's not a fight. That's not a game that sells a fight. You see what I'm saying? It's like MotorStorm. You can't sell MotorStorm to a $600 console. No one's paying $600 for MotorStorm. It's fine if the console costs $200. Yeah, sure. MotorStorm's great. MotorStorm 3 was phenomenal. But by that point, the fucking PlayStation 3 was $200. You can't sell, when you're selling a $500 product, I don't care what platform it is, you can't sell it with games like Heavenly Sword, MotorStorm, Resistance, Sunset Overdrive, Rise. You have to launch with the Mario.
With the Zelda.
You know what I'm saying? You need it. That's why Switch is all success at $300. A lot of people thinking, no one's going to buy this shit for $300. Yeah, you are, because you're getting Mario and Zelda right off the bat. That's what sells expensive hardware, is big blockbuster titles. They launch Zelda, Mario, Mario Kart, back to back to back. You damn right that shit's gonna sell $300. But imagine if the Switch launched with fucking some bullshit title. No one's gonna buy the Switch for a bullshit title. You need big guns for big prices. You know, Sunset Overdrive would have done fine now at $150, $200 console. Would have been a fine title. But a $500 title that forces you connect? Who cares about something? It's just no one cares.
I gotta agree with Zaire here, because at the end of the day, I always say you gotta take that risk though, man. Yeah, Rise, you know, it got mediocre reviews and it didn't sell that well, but there's certain people that did like it. It did sell enough that it gained like a fan base of it. Take that next risk and get the Rise too. You know what I mean?
I understand you do risk, but you gotta be fucking real. Like if I was on Microsoft board and they're like, yeah, we're gonna launch a $500 Xbox and we got Rise and fucking Scream Ride, I would laugh and probably got fired. I would have laughed. I seriously, I'm not gonna dick ride. I would have laughed. I probably would have been fired. But then I would have been like, haha, I told you, dumb motherfuckers. We're not going to be able to sell this console to the public with Scream Ride and D4. Like, this is not $500 games. Like, if we were planning to sell a $500 console, we need Halo within the first year. It has to be there. We cannot wait 2 to 3 years for Halo and Gears to come out if we're planning to launch a $500 console.
I'm saying the fan base is going to get more trust into the platform if you do those things. Look at NAC. I mean, everybody bash NAC, but what happened? We got another NAC. People bash what you call it? Gravity Rush on the Vita. But yo, PlayStation took that effort. Hey, we're going to put this on the PS4 now and make it a bigger game.
Sony goes risk at the screen until it sticks.
But you're still
listen.
But yet they say we broke.
Hold up, Sony took a risk with Knack and all that, but we had big blockbuster games to come out that year too. Let me tell you something. If we didn't have Horizon Zero Dawn, Neo Automata, but we got Knack 2, we would be clowned right now. We would be getting clowned.
They locking down the deals with the other aspect. You're right.
We would be getting fucked up right now. You're telling me Knack 2 and Gran Turismo Sport, if those were our only 2 titles, me and Zaire would be like, yo, we need to find Google. We will go to Google right now.
The reason why I brought up Knack 2, was like a launch title, and Rise was like a launch title. I'm pretty sure, Knack.
But I'm gonna tell you what saved. Let's be real. What also saved PlayStation to be a popular platform in the beginning of gen. Y'all guys ain't seen how another console's fuck up has a tremendous impact on another console's success.
Oh yeah.
What if Microsoft would have launched at 350 or 300? This will be a different fucking gen because people are not gonna pay $400 for Killzone when you could get an Xbox with the same multiplats. And I think, in my opinion, they had a better launch lineup. The only reason why people ain't giving respect to Xbox One's launch lineup is because it's $500.
Remember Sega Saturn and PlayStation?
Yeah.
Remember that? The first E3? What he got up on that stage and what did he say? $299.
$299. Look,
and left. That was it.
Sony can take more risks because they make more money. I mean, they have a bigger install base. They sell more games. Yeah, I mean,
no, I'm saying doesn't Microsoft brag about how? Well, I'm not saying y'all. Let me take that.
Not me.
Some Microsoft fans brag about how much money.
They only do that because they don't understand. They don't understand the nature of the business.
There's always a budget.
80 million consoles. They sell more games. They sell more subscriptions. They have more money coming in than Microsoft's gaming division. They can take more risks. Xbox can't. Now, here's the thing that scares, and this is more an answer to all day's thing. Like, what do Xbox gamers want? Here's the answer to that. It could scare people like me and Zaire and all day, because what if the current Xbox gamer wants games like Sea of Thieves and Crackdown and those type of experiences and has no interest for the more mature titles? And if that's the case, then that's the direction the Xbox is going to go. It's just
why you gotta be so clear and cut? Why you can't appease to the new guys and the old?
I'm gonna be honest. I agree with Rand because I'll be honest. Just how I like to look at the industry and keep track of the industry. I'm really interested to see how Sea of Thieves. Because let's say if Sea of Thieves blows up to a big title, that means the Xbox fan base has changed. It is not the Gears of War, Mass Effect.
It's the Fortnite.
This is
Battle Royale box.
It's a whole new people. It's not like next gen will literally be a dinosaur among his people.
He's signing that contract.
Well, yeah, and PlayStation just on the virtue of having more, they have a more diverse collection, but they also have a lot of older gamers who value story, like really fine story games. Maybe the current crop of Xbox gamers, they don't want that because the games that Microsoft tried to provide in the beginning of the gen didn't work. And so Microsoft's looking like on exclusives.
Like on Roblox. Isn't that one of the top games also being played? Roblox?
On Roblox, yeah.
That shit is huge on Xbox.
This procedural generated worlds.
I mean, it's trash, but it's huge. It's
it is.
What if that's it? What if because of our age, we're not actually looking at who's the primary audience of Xbox right now, and it's these Roblox, Sea of Thieves, Fortnite, fucking people. And it's not the fucking Gears of War, hardcore, God of War, bust you in your face gamers that we're used to have.
Maybe it's not. Man.
What if Xbox is this Roblox living people? So
what do those people do? What do those people do now that they're not catering to their needs? What do they do?
They go PC, go PlayStation, go quick gaming.
That's what I'm saying.
And you know what? But listen, that's normal because I was a Sega fan. I was a hardcore Sega dude. I was right at Sega. You couldn't tell me nothing about Sega. You couldn't tell me different. Like when people say Nintendo's better, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. You can't even play Mortal Kombat with blood. Fuck out of here. You could not convince me that
maybe
Sega's gone.
Maybe Sea of Thieves is that new big multiplayer game for Xbox.
It might be. It might be. And then Z's gonna have to stream that shit on Broadband Bullies.
Not with Larry Herb and Ace what's the name? KC Bongos marketing that shit.
Yo, my man Steve Tech 809. He said, "Mad respect to 720 and Ram for keeping it real. Play MGS5 on the X. I'm a lifelong PS guy, but we all have to still consider an acquisition from Xbox." Does he think, my man? You think Microsoft might acquire Sony? I don't understand.
Good luck, my friend.
There goes that what if, man.
I don't know. Maybe.
The whole thing is that a lot of these Xbox dudes be saying, "Oh, we want those games that Sony got." How about you dish out the $200 and get yourself a PS4? That's what I said.
Oh shit! These motherfuckers right here.
I mean,
by the way, you got some people that didn't buy Hellblade on PlayStation.
But now they hyping it. You peep
that,
that,
right?
You know what? I'm an advocate. Put Hellblade on Xbox, bro. Cause we should be ashamed of ourselves. $250K. Fuck that. Put that shit on Xbox.
Hey, listen, I just bought the older 1886 like 2 weeks
ago.
ago.
And I'm gonna laugh at us. I'm gonna laugh at my own people. That shit. I'm telling Xbox dudes, all you gotta do is sell 250 and 1K. Just one digit over. And I'm gonna make fun of my own peoples. But anyway, so I wanna move on to another topic because so Days Gone got delayed to 2019, right?
That's all right.
And me and Rad, we've been saying that shit. Right? My man Jay Barr, he's like, nah, that's
I was disappointed.
It can't be true.
I kept saying November.
Hey, I gotta go.
Yeah, my man Jay Barr, that shit's coming out on Christmas Eve. I'm like,
I told J Dub that shit was delayed months ago, and he didn't believe me.
Yeah, man. It's Rand's fault, man.
February next year.
When I saw next year. Right, so when I saw God of War's date was April, and I'm thinking, okay, God of War, Detroit, Dreams, Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption's in October, Call of Duty. Where the fuck do we put Days Gone? Like, and it ain't coming out in December. They're not gonna do that to that game. They're not gonna disrespect that game like that. I'm like, this shit's 2019. I already saw it. Right?
Battlefield 5, a new Tomb Raider. There's just no spot.
Nah, I know what happened. What happened was Sony felt bad for Microsoft. They said, we don't want to dick slap them too much. Let's just hold off, man. We gotta let them niggas breathe a little bit.
Okay, so step to Steve Tech clarify. He says I meant they're supposed to buy some studios, right? Okay, I got it. So what he was saying is we have to look at Microsoft acquisitions of new studios. Still consider that. And I think they're doing it, but just like what Ryan's been talking about, what I said before on other podcasts, you're not going to see those games on this console this gen.
So what's the purpose of the X?
No, I don't fucking know, man. I'll be honest. I don't fucking know. What's the purpose of the Pro?
Listen, shut the fuck up. We got games, B.
Where that notion coming from?
I've been the most anti mid-gen refresh. And I still hold that value.
Nigga, you a cheap.
I know. I don't give a fuck. Listen, the shit could have launched $200. And I still would have said, what is the point of a mid-gen refresh? Like, what are these things doing? What are they doing? Most people ain't buying it.
They only got that.
You know what I'm saying? Most people ain't buying it. There's a very few select people that are gaming and 4K on consoles. What the fuck was the point? In reality,
that's the point right there.
Well, get the fuck out of here.
They trying to introduce you to the wave.
They would have, we would have been famous. Let's say if there was no mid-gen refresh, we'd be doing 4K with the PS5. We don't need to be spoon-fed 4K. It's what's gonna happen. Will we food spend 720p, 1080p? No, it just happened. We didn't get food spend. It just happened. So it was going to happen anyway. As soon as PS5 comes out, new next generation console, PlayStation 5, new next generation console, Xbox One, with next generation games in 4K.
I'll be disappointed.
It would have happened.
I'll be disappointed if there's not 60 frames 4K.
It's not going to be. Well,
they have to.
It's not going to be mandated. It's not going to be mandated.
It ain't going to be 60 though.
They're not going to mandate it. Some people do it. Obviously the sports games, the Call of Duties, Maddens, first-person shooters, but if a person want to go balls to the walls graphics, it's gonna be 30, and there's nothing we could do about that. That's just the life of a console gamer. You want to play 60, go on PC. That's the only platform you're guaranteed 60.
I mean, with those rumors that these guys put out the other day talking about that they'll have 2 different SKUs, I would hope the more expensive SKU would have 60.
They're not gonna do 2 expensive SKUs. Nah, that's not even worth the money.
I mean,
everybody
Xbox did it when they had 360, they had the the Pro version, and then
and it was a shitty concept. It was stupid.
It worked.
It didn't work. It was
You
stupid.
know why it worked? Because a lot of people were like, yo, I ain't have enough money to buy these pieces, and that's just like Lego. If you wanted a Wi-Fi adapter, you buy it.
A lot of people didn't like that shit.
It was alright. I think it was cool.
That was a dumb concept. No, they ain't doing that.
It was dope too.
You know,
I hate it, but whatever.
I'm just saying. Like but anyway, so with this shit going to 2019, right? Did Sony set themselves up to because think about it. Now we got Days Gone 2019, and I have a feeling The Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima are 2019 titles. So that's another triple threat. So overall, what I'm saying, Sony getting too big for their bridges now. Like do they have a swole head now? Like where they think they could do whatever the fuck they want?
Well, they could do whatever they want.
Nah, they can't do whatever they want.
They can do whatever they want. There ain't no competition. What a competition.
The Nintendo creeping up, man. Nintendo creeping up. You gotta watch Nintendo a little bit.
Listen, I mean, I can't dog Nintendo, but Nintendo ain't fucking with Sony. What you talking about, boy? Come on, man. Don't even play yourself. There ain't no competition, bro. Because
this is my thing. I do not want Sony to get cocky. A cocky Sony is a dumb Sony.
Yeah.
They do dumb shit.
When PlayStation get like the little services on it, or the certain policies like refunding policies and stuff on in line, then I'll say like, all right, Sony, now just chill, man. But you need to get certain things in place before they can be all cocky and all that.
That's what I'm talking. See, here's the thing. Like I think about a month ago, they released a survey to see if users are interested in PSN name change. Now I want you to think about that. They released a survey a few weeks ago, maybe like 2 months ago, and think about it. In 2018. Releasing a survey asking if people want to change their names. Are you serious? Like you don't know people want to change their names? You know what I'm saying?
They know.
They know. Like, what are we doing here? Like I'm 50-50 with whether or not, I'm gonna say this. I'm 80-20 that the PS5 is gonna be backwards compatible with PS4.
They have
but the fact that I'm not 100% shows that. Are they too cocky to be like, we don't need to provide BC? We're going to sell anyway.
If they did that, I'll be very disappointed in them. If they didn't allow backwards compatibility, if I can't bring those digital games that I'm transferring, because right now I'm trying to transfer all my catalog games from disc to digital. If I can't bring all those digital games to the next console, I'll be upset.
Another thing, EA Access.
I'm burning down Sony's building.
EA Access added Warner Brothers library. You understand what I'm saying? So now it's more than EA. What happened?
Origin Access did.
Origin. Oh, so
it's not on Xbox. Like EA Access doesn't have the Warner Brothers title on, at least as far as I'm concerned. Or
yo Z, did they do it for console or is it just PC?
What the
Warner Brothers going on EA Access?
I thought it was for both. I didn't know it was.
They did / EA Access and Origin. That's what I saw.
Yeah, do you guys see EA Access coming to PlayStation or not?
See, that's another thing. Why isn't EA Access on PlayStation? I know Sony's answer, but in reality, let's be real. EA games is not going to go on PS Now or PSN Plus. They're not going to do it. No. So if you're not going to get it, Sony, yo, we're just not going to offer EA Access to our fan base, even though another console platform. And I get, if we had EA Access, I guarantee users will use it. I guarantee PlayStation users will love the opportunity to play Battlefield 10 days early. To play, you know what I'm saying? Why don't we have that?
You don't want that dog shit.
Oh, shit.
I guess at the time they looked at it as a direct competitor to PS Now. But that was dope.
But it's not, though, because I don't think, is there any EA games on PS Now?
No, but I'm just saying. Sony had their gaming service, a monthly subscription fee, and then you had that one at the time.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a competitor because if a PlayStation user wants to do it, they sign up for both because they both offer unique. It's like Netflix and Hulu. Yeah, they both offer unique exclusive. A lot of people have both. I have Amazon Prime and Netflix because they both offer unique things.
Well, I have Cody and my Android box
right here. This motherfucker. Hey. The opinions of Alex Escobar does not reflect 60 Frames Podcast nor its panel members.
Stop lying like I hooked you up with a fire stick before you left, B. Stop
Shit, what
playing with
happened?
me, bro.
Nah, man, I got sued, man. I ain't doing that shit. I'm good.
All right, yeah, that's bullshit.
I don't fuck around, bro. I don't fuck around with that shit. I don't fuck around with that shit. I got sued with that shit.
I looked at EA's press release, and those Warner Brother games are just for Origin access on the PC.
Oh man, that's another L. Man, that's another L for Xbox. Yo, Z, man, the contracts is on its way.
Come on, Phil. Come on, Killer Phil.
Z ain't too far from me. I'll send the paperwork. I got you.
Hey, yo, I put it. Damn, I don't know. That's stupid.
Yo, my man here. Like, yo, that's fucking dumb. All right, hey, now we gotta talk about this. Sony blocks crossplay once again.
Oh,
right?
yeah. This is been the topic since this morning, bro.
Like we Sony, like we don't watch your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't watch. You know what I'm saying? Now here's my thing. Do gamers honestly care about crossplay? Like my man Nito, shout out to Nito's Broadband Bullies. He's like, yo, we care. He's like, we care. I'm gonna show you this. What is it?
Nigga came with 12K.
What was it? The
petition.
Petition. He's like, look at the petition. It has 15,000 signatures. I'm like, nigga, this is played by 3 million people at any given time, and you're showing me something with 15K. I'm like, yo. There's more people who play Hellblade than this shit. Like, what are we doing here? Do gamers really care about crossplay? Because here's my thing. We had crossplay for over a decade at least. On the PlayStation 2, on 360. You know, maybe not necessarily between PlayStation and Xbox, but mostly between, you know, Xbox and PC. Or PlayStation 2 and PC. There's various forms of crossplay. But unless it's a media article saying Sony denied Microsoft or access to Xbox, no one talks about it. Like, do we really care?
Nah, we don't care. It's ammo for the console war that's dying. Yeah. My precious console war is dying now because Xbox can't get their shit right. Well, anyway,
I had a dude argue with me right on Twitter saying, "Yo, my little brother plays PlayStation." And I can't play with him because I'm on Xbox. I'm like, nigga, buy a PlayStation. You're telling me you hate PlayStation that bad? Well, you won't even play with your little brother? Fuck is you doing? Play with your little brother.
You know what? They're not at the Apple store protesting Apple because their apps aren't usable on Android. I mean, these dudes are moist. Okay, they're not at McDonald's. They're not at McDonald's protesting. They can't get a Big Mac. I mean, again, moist.
The stories I hear. Yo, I can't play with my long lost brother because Sony won't. What?
Yeah, niggas.
Like, so you're relying on Sony to connect you with your brother? What are we doing here? Like,
moist. Yeah, they have Fortnite locked behind a paywall, and Sony doesn't. So again, moist. It's Microsoft being anti-consumer.
So listen. I'm a man of conniving means. All right, you know what I'm saying. Like my boys in Quantico, they train me fucking psych ops. So I'm like, all right, let me prove, because everybody was hiding behind the mask of this is anti-consumer. We're all about the consumers. I'm like, okay, you all about the consumers? Okay, let me test this theory out. So I put out a tweet showing that on Xbox platform, these free-to-play games that are free on PlayStation, you don't need to have PlayStation Plus, which includes Fortnite, Warframe, some big games people are playing. On Xbox, they're getting finessed because you can't play these games unless you're a Gold member.
Hey, yo,
here's my thing. I don't care if Microsoft charges Gold. I really don't care. I just wanted to see their reaction. Like, if you're a true anti-consumer hero, they would have been like, "What? Get the fuck out of here! Yo, this is bullshit." But they didn't do that. They
said, "We'll get there when we get there."
They did exactly what I predicted. They're going to ignore the situation and still only focus on crossplay. So to them, crossplay is more important than Microsoft finessing dudes out of their money for playing free-to-play games. Because I guarantee there's people on Xbox, just like PlayStation, that's only playing Fortnite. That's all they do. Oh, yeah. That's just how it is. They just play Fortnite. They wake up, they play Fortnite, and when they're not playing PlayStation, they're not doing nothing. They're playing Fortnite.
It's not only free to play either. It's beta games too. Like, say they have like a beta for PS on PS4. You don't have to have Plus to play that beta online. Microsoft, you need gold to play that beta online.
So my thing is, okay, White Knighters, you want to White Knight this anti-consumer cause? Here you go. Let me provide this piece of information. It got so bad that people were saying, oh, Puerto Rock, that's bullshit. That's not true. You need PS Plus for free-to-play games. Even though people are in the thread saying, I don't have PSN Plus and I'm playing these games. I had to make a video to show them.
Yeah.
Do anyone really care about crossplay? And like, Rand, what do you think? Do you care about crossplay? Like, is this like a thing for you?
I don't play multiplayer that much, so no, it's not a thing for me.
All day is a crossplay thing. Like, is that a thing for you?
No.
Craig, the Messiah, is that a thing for you?
It's not big for me. So
Bari, is that big for you?
No, it's not that big. It's cool, but it's not that big for me. No.
Kratos.
Yes, it's very important.
Oh,
so
man,
guys can shut up.
All right, now I gotta ask the Godfather himself. Godfather,
Is it important? I mean,
is it something that you like?
Oh yeah, I think it's dope. I think it's dope shit.
So
Nelson
all right, so I'm gonna put you to a test. So you like playing with PC gamers on Gears?
If not, I'm saying I don't like mouse and keyboard shit. You know what I mean? Let me tell you something. Long as the playing field is even, I don't want to think it's no mouse and keyboard. That's not fair. But I think it's dope. You get to play. You got Tekken on the PlayStation. I got Tekken on the Xbox. Meet me in the middle. I think that's dope shit, man.
But how you gonna conversate?
I don't know. What do you mean?
You can't talk.
We're gonna use Discord. We're gonna go down this.
But you notice something too. Like PlayStation don't want to deal with nothing with Microsoft. You remember when Microsoft bought Skype? What they did with that Vita? They took that joint out of there. They say we taking off that Skype. We don't want to deal with these niggas.
I mean, we can probably talk. Like, I mean, you can talk to PC gamers on your PS4. I can talk to people on Gears on it. Yeah. I mean, that's not the issue.
I think they're just doing in-game chat, but most people party chat anyway now.
AZ, I got a question for you real fast.
What's going on, good brother?
If Microsoft announced a Forza kart game that was very cartoony, would you lose your mind?
That's not. I'm not into Mario Kart. I'm not. What's that shit somebody came out with?
He'll eat the entire New Testament.
Hey yo, I'm gonna eat the Dead Sea Scrolls on that one. I don't like games like that, bro. I'm not.
No. I mean, I don't like them either. But
Sonic
I mean,
Racing, because here's the thing. Like, I'm gonna say this again. That's not. I don't know. They're totally ignoring me and what made me an Xbox guy. Like, maybe I'm the old guard at the rim at the gate or something. I'm not into shit like that. I'm not into, like you say again, diabetic gamers. And again, like, I'm gonna be real. Even like far as Nintendo, I'm not knocking those that like their games, but I got a saying that I've grown up with Nintendo, but Nintendo doesn't growing up with me. That shit doesn't appeal to me. I'm not knocking those that like it. It's just not my thing. You know what I mean? And I didn't become a fan of the Xbox. And I'm not saying they didn't have games like that, but we had much more of the other shit. You know what I mean? Now we just got like one thing, one art style, and you know what I mean. That's I'm a little concerned over. You know what I mean? I'll give you an example, right? True story. I had a conversation with Southbound. Maybe not two. What year did they cancel Fable Legends?
That was
16, 15, 16? 2016, I think.
Okay, 2016. True story. I had a conversation with South, right? And he called me NXTGEN720 Messiah. I said, Nick, South, this is very unhealthy. Because if you look at the Xbox from then, it was known for Gears, Forza, Halo, and Gears, Forza, Halo, Fable. You know what I mean? And, they were known for those 4 IPs, right? Now I understand if you wanted to cancel Fable Legends, right? And start something new. Fine, it didn't work out, right? But I feel like they panicked and how should I say? They feel like the saying is you throw the baby out, throw the water out with the baby, right? But now we just guarantee. Here's the thing that people like to, which really, what I'm saying is not saying that it's all that we got, but now we're just down to guarantee to get a Gears, Forza, and Halo.
My nigga is snowing.
Very unhealthy, you know what I mean? Very unhealthy. And I was saying this about 2.5, 3 years ago. You know what I mean? I understand we might get a crackdown. I understand we may get whatever, but we're not guaranteed to get a sequel. Check it out, right? To those games, right? And this is real shit. And this with any generation. Each generation, right? And it's I don't care for Nintendo, but Nintendo gave a new generation for them. They gave their fans Splatoon. A new generation, that's their new big game. A new generation Sony, they came out with Horizon Zero Dawn. As in, we haven't gotten that new big over the top franchise this generation, and it started in 2013. You understand what I'm saying?
I agree with you, and we won't. We're not going to get it.
See you Thieves, dog.
That that in itself is like a problem. You know what I mean? Can they fix that problem? You know what I mean? Like when Capcom said they're selling IPs or whatever the fuck the case may be, right? And if if we're talking about the gaming industry in itself is a $1 trillion goddamn industry, more than the movie industry, like you be there. You know what I mean? If you're lacking talent, buy that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like like I said before, remember when they were the whole talk of Microsoft maybe spinning off the Xbox division? I was all for it. I would rather them spin off the Xbox division. Let them stand on themselves. I think at the time the entertainment division was worth like $24 billion or whatever the fuck the case may be. Let them stand on their own and gamble on themselves instead of you nickel and diming them. I mean, that's crazy as hell. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. If the rumors are true with the guy Terry Myerson or whatever, Tony Terry, whatever his name is, and him not letting Phil do this job to the best of this, you know what I mean, and going out there and compete, that's fucked up. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Somebody's an inside man from the Sony. That's crazy as hell. You gotta be in it to win it, man. You know what I mean? No theme consoles, none of that shit. Like you had a big, like even Division was a pretty big game, whether you like it or love it. No theme console for that. Like they missed so many fucking opportunities. Like, look, check it out, right?
No exclusive content for that. That's weird. Like they had the marketing rights, but they didn't push for like exclusive or at least time exclusive content.
Check this shit out, right?
For that and Battlefield.
Look, this whole generation, Microsoft has been on the defensive. Sony cut the price of the PS4 that Monday, Black Friday, right? Which is usually one of their goddamn month, right? Mm-hmm. They wait till Thursday to cut their shit. Like they just always a day late and $1 too goddamn short. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm like, nigga, I can't want to win more than you want to win for your goddamn self. Like that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't, man. Like, I don't understand. Like I said, I'm giving this E3. You know what I mean? Not to say like I'm dead down, like I'm gonna stop playing my Xbox. I got a lot of. I just, I prefer the ecosystem. But nah, I'm gonna be honest, man. Like this, I don't know. I really
what does Microsoft got to show for you? Like at this E3, what do they have to deliver for you?
Some new AAA games.
So like a new AAA IP?
Yeah, and I'm not just talking about, something on the level of a Gears, Forza, Halo. Not even those titles there. Something new, something fresh. You know what I mean? Go out there, be the fucking behemoth you are. You're Microsoft. Like you out this motherfucker acting like Nextel or something. Like go out there and do it. What's that shit? What was that goddamn news? Do it. Fuck, we're gonna do it. We're doing it live. Do it. You know what I mean? Like, Like, do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy as hell. Like, they're out there they're cool with being the side chick. You know what I mean? And say, like, and people think I have a problem with Phil. I don't have a problem. I don't know the guy. You know what I mean? One thing I can say about Donnie D, that motherfucker was a smug bastard, and he got it. You know what I mean? I'll just stop all this kumbaya shit, especially when it's not reciprocated. Oh, I can't wait to go and play Zelda Wind Waker. Like, what are you doing? Nick, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like this shit is wild.
Do you not know where you work?
You know what I mean? Like that shit is crazy. I've seen some of the crazy. Oh, Horizon! Congrats to Sony releasing Horizon Zero Dawn. Wonderful experience. Like what the fuck? Like nigga, they ain't saying about Voodoo Vince. It was quiet as hell over there, Sony, when y'all guys released.
Hey, when they went to the meeting, everybody was sitting at the table. They was like, "Oh, we got Voodoo Vince." Everybody started bringing out their phone.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, wow, man.
Yesterday I did a podcast. First, let me pay the bill. Van Pan, $2. He says Barry been knowing PlayStation where it's at. I've been following Barry for a minute. I'm like, yo, this dude's sipping wine at PlayStation events and shit. I'm like, yo, this dude's up there.
Hey, yo, man, don't listen to Zaire.
Yo, my man out there, up there with the acapella. He up there with champagne.
With the flute. And they got a flute. Some barefoot and the flute.
He's sipping champagne like in a fucking, penthouse.
You can enjoy green, but just never bet on it, bro.
Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right.
But I'll say this. I know I was talking, and I agree with this kumbaya shit. All right? And this is the reason why. it's better if these companies, and I don't mean be toxic fanboys or disrespectful, but it's better if these companies look at each other like, hey, I'm going to try to put you out of business because we win under that type of environment. Yes, because sir. Each company wants to outdo the other person.
Yes, sir.
In services, in games, and all that stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
Look at in America how the cable companies are kumbaya. They literally plan out who's going to be where. Like in my area, the only cable company in this area is Time Warner. There is no cable vision. There's no Cox cable. There's no Optimum line. It's only Time Warner. This is the only one. That's my only choice. The only optional choice I got is fucking satellite. But being in Eastern North Carolina where there's hurricanes and mad weather, the service is trash. And because Time Warner is the only option, you're going to pay an arm and a leg. I have no other internet provider other than a company called fucking something link, CenturyLink.
Get it.
The fastest thing they got is 30 megs.
It'll get better. Believe in the system.
Cable companies are kumbaya. They figured out why compete against each other when we could sit at a table, pick out our regions, and squeeze the fucking lifeblood out of those regions. Yep. We don't want Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft to kumbaya, because if they one day realize, you know what, the fuck is we doing going, fighting each other when we could just figure out a way to squeeze the lifeblood out of everybody. So no kumbaya. I want these dudes to be like, we're gonna kill these motherfuckers. Oh, you made Horizon Zero Dawn? We're gonna make this game and we're gonna embarrass the fuck out of you. You know, Sony's like, oh, you want to fucking create a multiplayer game? Yo, let's do it, and we're gonna embarrass the shit. Nintendo's like, you guys got achievements? We got this. Fuck is we gonna do?
If fast food can compete, so can consoles, bro. Period.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know. I'm just speaking from the outside looking in, right? It's like they're unwilling to, like they're afraid of their shadow. You know what I mean? Like Microsoft reminds me of this generation. Honestly. Of this battered wife, they just
Sony out there busting their guns. Microsoft, get back in the house.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I ain't messing with these good Christian folks. That's like,
these niggas is real.
Yeah, yo, you know what I mean? Like they just won't go out there and just fuck it. Like I'll give you an example, right? Maybe this may make more sense when Sony got the backlash. Let me say this again for Detroit Team Human or whatever, and what do you call it? The last, yeah, you know what I mean? Woman beater simulator, all that slick shit, right? Sony came out there, motherfucker, said this is a game for adults, made by adults. Drop the mic. No more, nothing less.
For us, by us. Fubu in the generation.
Microsoft have been out there, motherfucker, scrambling and people lost their jobs. You know, it's like, come on, man. You know,
hey, Phil be out there walking the hallways with his hands behind his back, turn off the lights.
Yeah.
You know, he put on a little bit of weight and he looks a little older.
Yeah.
Right? I knew I wasn't bugging. I seen him on stage like, yo, what the fuck happened to this dude?
This shit's stressing him out, bro. He's like,
sick of this shit. I'm about to give up. Fuck this job, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, I'm not saying man probably does have a very stressful job.
Hey, is GDC this week or next week?
I don't know, but they ain't gonna run with no game. That's about tech and shit.
Hey, you never know. They Connect 5.0. You never know.
They're not doing that.
They already released the goddamn memo.
Well, ask Rand. Rand, is there any secrets for GDC?
I mean, I don't know everything, man. I mean,
nah, you know, nigga, stop fronting.
You know something like is there something, a teaser, maybe?
Breaking news.
A little something?
Not that I know.
Cloud technology, perhaps?
The cloud, yes, the cloud.
Are they gonna talk about that?
What about that Ori? What about the new Ori?
Ori is March 2019. There you go.
Oh shit!
Hey,
that's 2019.
Hey yo, Microsoft shot they load at the Inside the Xbox show. They shot they load when they interviewed my man on an accordion. He said it's so expensive. I don't want to drop it.
No. I knew it was over when that motherfucking camera turned on. Look. I knew the show was over when that motherfucker had 2 fucking parrots on his shoulder. I was like, I'm done.
Nah, you got to see my man sit down. He strapped. He said, I don't want to drop it this rate.
Yo, the richest company in the world worrying about the price of a violin. That's when you know it's bad and shit.
I don't want to drop it this rate.
Parrots and violin.
The beginning of this gen, yo, these Xbox guys were dissing Shuhei gloves. They were dissing the Japanese dude when he was breaking down the PS4 with the white gloves. Now this dude Major Nelson is all out there with this white
gloves. Michael Jackson.
Hey, he got the motherfuckers hanging out his back pocket. I'm telling you.
That looking like a mime. I'm like, what
Yo, I saw an Instagram post that said who wore it better, and they had Mickey Mouse right next to him. Yo, that shit was wild. I was like, yo, this dude. Hey, yo, somebody needs to tell him, hey, no gloves. Like, you don't have to do that. Just hold the box and just show it. Like, hey, look at that.
Hey, I got a real question, real shit.
That motherfucker got Mercer.
Who? How you said? Whose decision? Like, who was in charge of that whole thing? Like, you said,
Major Nelson. Major Nelson.
I can say we about to kill him with this shit right here. You gonna come? You gonna talk about the accordion? Like, we about to kill him. We about to kill him with this shit right here. Like, yo, what the yo?
Violins and parrots, nigga.
I'm telling you, like,
real talk. I thought they was gonna bring the heat for their first show coming back. I was like, all right, man, they probably gonna bring some stuff.
Hey, yo, you know what, Mega was like, well, come on now, Z. Now,
you slave.
You said the first BGST wasn't good. The first GRG wasn't good. Shit. You being messy. I'm like, yo, this nigga here.
Is he missing now, BGST? Like, listen, like, I don't got a marketing degree by any means, but I'm pretty sure if I was working for Microsoft and they pitched that show, my first question is, why are we talking about instruments? And they would have been like, oh, it's because this, that, a third. And I would have been like, all right, second question. Do you think gamers care about the history of a music instrument? Really? Do you think they're going to sit down and want to learn about music instruments?
Hey, yo.
Really? They talk to the 65 plus gamers.
You know what's a bigger problem, too? I think Major Nelson doesn't need to be doing this type of shit. Leave it to the young folks. Let them get people get some more enthusiastic people. We don't need no fucking shield. No, you wearing a fucking I gotta pick up my kids at soccer practice at 5, blazer on.
That you know what I mean? Old heads.
Hey, yo, they got Nelson looking like Leisure Suit Larry.
Daniel J said, shout out to Daniel J super chat. He said Larry looked like Michael Jackson with those gloves. Like, here's the thing. Like, let's say if I worked for Microsoft, there's a couple of things I would have changed. Like, in terms of presentation, at Comic-Con, I would have been like, all right, if we're gonna present fucking Crackdown, we need to get who we're gonna hire. Oh, we want these 2 white girls that don't know what to do. All right, I need to talk to these girls like 2 weeks ago, and then I'll talk to them. I'll be like, hey, I need you to play this game. This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna play this mission. And you're going to play it over and over until you're very familiar with it. All right? This is how you play the game. This is what you need to do. We're going to give you the debug menu. So you're going to be super powerful. You're going to have all these powers and weapons. I need you to practice. And they'll practice and they'll practice until they got that specific mission down. And then when come D-Day and the show comes, that's what I'm showing. I'm showing an orchestrated fucking event. They're going to pretend they never played the game, but they're going to know the fucking game in and out. They're going to show the powers. They're going to show the abilities. They're going to fucking dominate, and they're going to complete. I'm going to make the game look like a show. It's going to, like Jay Barry says, it's going to look like a movie. Now, notice, I'm just a Puerto Rican dude behind the mic in North Carolina. How did they not think of this? Like, whose job was that? Like, I don't have a marketing degree, but I'm pretty sure that shit would have been fly.
Well, the person whose job was that unfollowed me after I made my video.
Like,
oh wow! Look, the first thing I would have did, I would have been like, "Hey, you know how to play video games? All right, come here."
You know what I'm saying? Like, how could they not think of that? Like,
first of all,
you have to make a movie.
It didn't have to be that long. That jump was like almost 2 hours. B, what is that?
The Inside Xbox or the Crackdown one?
The Inside Xbox joint.
Oh, yeah, I would assume that's run by Larry's division or by marketing.
Like, I would have made that like how come they didn't add State of Decay on there too? Like, I understand that
the exclusive to IGN for ad space or money or whatever.
But yo, they could have went over the stuff that IGN showed.
Yeah,
the 25-minute gameplay. Yo, it would have been better than watching my man with strap on.
I agree with you.
Oh, wait. You know what they could have did too? They could have detailed the collector's edition on Inside Xbox.
They could have.
True.
You know what I mean?
Like I would have planned out, hey, IGN, this is what you're gonna, this is what we could cut a deal with in terms of State of Decay 2. And then IGN's like, cool. And then we do our own thing for our own show for Inside Xbox.
I mean, there's a lot of things they could have done. They could have announced the E3 plans that they announced today on the past show. I mean, there's so many things you could have done.
Fuck!
But they didn't do. So it just makes you wonder.
Hey, now you see why I no longer believe in Jesus.
Hey, this thing going to hell, my nigga.
I know people have been trying to kick you out of the community. They tried kicking me out too, man. They tried kicking me out too.
But at least you got the complexion for the right connection. I'm black. I was the first person
it sound like they smoking a cigarette on the balcony.
Yo, shout out to Lincoln Clay for the super chat. He said, "What's good, fellas? What's going on, partner? I hope you're enjoying the show. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. Hit the like button, man.
Hey, yo, this nigga did not just use the black card.
you getting the very best out of everybody.
Yo, I was the first person of color to lose his life in this council war, man.
Hey, yo, you know what? Yo, Zaire, this is your issue. You created these niggas. These dudes got a whole bunch of confidence because of this dude right here.
I understand it.
And now you got to.
You know what's crazy? At the end of the day, right? And I had to come to terms with maybe, you know what? Fine, fuck it is what it is, right? And I just listen. Maybe me being a little naive, right? But I just thought that maybe some Xbox gamers, you know, that Wii U weirdos and Sony ponies, they just take anything that Nintendo give them or anything. I didn't think Xbox guys was like that. I could see if I was a guy. I'm not saying that we all have to agree. We all, you know, have a different opinion. But I can see if I was someone, you know, these guys in the community claim to be neutral. There's always shit on one platform. You know that I bleed green. You know, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I can guarantee you, if the thing like the whole thing with 343 making something outside of Halo or Coalition making something outside of Gears. Argue me down about that shit, man. Like, argue me down. No, we don't know. We don't want. Like, what the fuck? How could you, as a gamer, how could you argue about having more games? That is the craziest shit ever. You know what I mean?
Yo, shout out to Ruhan, man. $5 super chat. He said, "Safe travels, P Rock. I'm a big fan." Hey, Z, E3 is coming.
Yes, sir.
And then Gamescom and Tokyo Game Show.
What if the E3 comes along, Microsoft doesn't nail it, and we still have to listen to people say wait for E3 next year?
Oh no, that ain't. No, we're not doing that. I'm a black.
Or what do you say?
They
told me to wait the Comic-Con. They told me to wait the Tokyo Game Show.
I don't think you could do that. Like I'm gonna be honest. I don't have high expectations of Microsoft E3, not because I want to rag on them, but like Grant said before, it takes time. These IPs are being developed. It's just not gonna come out now.
I think we gotta watch that next Inside Xbox to see how they E3 gonna be.
You know what's crazy? I'm gonna fact check, right? Remember, I said right now, and I said they argue me now. Like, fuck this, right? It is what it is. I said that Microsoft. There's nothing wrong with showing games that come out in the future. It's the problem with you canceling them and not replacing them with anything. Delays happen. That's just the nature of the business. But when you're showing this, you're giving a potential customer a reason to invest in your set here ecosystem. You know what I mean? So there's nothing wrong with showing a game that's going to come out 2 years from now. You know, it gets us. You know, you get the list wars, and you know you guys knowing the Octo dads and the guys. You know, we get the goddamn we battle in the comment sections. You know what I mean? It gets your fans, your core excited. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like I said, it's the fact that, you know, people. I was looking forward to Scalebound, maybe some button, but you know what I mean? Like, we lost Scalebound, Axe. He said Phil the Axeman Spencer, fucking Fable Legends. Those are 2 big games, and we had nothing to replace them. You know what I mean?
Damn, this generation is humbling the fuck out of y'all niggas.
I'm gonna say this. I never understood the argument with seeing, you know, future projects 2-3 years out.
They argue with me about that shit.
I like I said, like we know Ghost of Tsushima, we know Death Stranding, all right. But that's not stopping us from the games we're getting now to enjoy. Like, we're gonna play God of War, we're gonna play MLB, you're gonna play Sea of Thieves. You know, it doesn't interfere with the library we have now and the backlog we have now. Simply because, like, if Microsoft announced Fable, but it's not releasing till 2020, let's say, that's not going to stop you from playing Gears, or it's not going to stop you from playing Sea of Thieves or State of Decay. It's just you knowing more stuff is coming down the line. That's all it is. It's just you knowing there's just more shit coming. But while you're waiting for that more shit to come, you're taking care of the games you have access to now. The Call of Duties, the Red Dead Redemptions. You know what I'm saying? All these shit that we're getting, you're playing it. But while you're playing these games, you know there's more shit to look forward to. It's just constant being fed spoon. You know what I'm saying? So I never understood the argument of, I don't want to know games that's 2 years out. Like, so you rather just assume something's being done? Because you never know. Unless a company's telling you we're doing something, you don't know if they actually are doing something. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's true.
They're just too goddamn quiet.
Yo, why don't they just drop like a teaser trailer to Fable? That's confirmed, right? They really doing another Fable?
No, I mean it's not confirmed by them, but I mean it's happening.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean
Microsoft hasn't said anything about a new Fable.
They haven't said anything about anything.
Oh,
yeah, the last new game they announced was Super Lucky's Tale or something,
DLC.
or maybe
DLC. No, I'm just saying, like, yo, you can drop like a teaser trailer, then you have give people a reason to be like, wait till E3 instead of just blindly saying, let's just wait till E3, guys. You know what I mean? Like, yo, give a little teaser trailer.
I mean, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what they show and how people react, and because I would assume a lot of people will be happy, but then a lot of people are gonna say it was trash. And then the people, if Microsoft doesn't show stuff, they're going to be like, "Well, wait till next year." Like, oh well.
This is my question. If what's it called, Playground? They doing the Fable?
Yes.
So how Forza Horizon 4 gonna come out if they doing?
They're hiring a brand new team to make Fable.
They hiring a brand new team. I got a question, Rand. And it's real. What if they don't deliver for you on your standards? You know what I mean? Like, you know,
if they don't deliver for me, I mean,
he's buying a Switch.
I have a Switch and I have a PlayStation.
He's gonna buy another Switch.
Like the thing here is like I mean Xbox is my preferred platform. It's where all my friends play. It's I'm just comfortable playing there. I like the controller. It's just like I don't know. Like
Sven, how did that translate? Because I know you were a big PlayStation guy first, right?
Yeah. But Rand, when does it come? When does a comfort food start tasting nasty, bro?
Oh shit! No, but here's my question. So you're a big PlayStation guy, right? And you said you're not a big multiplayer guy. So how did Xbox become home? Like, what exactly was like? Holy shit! I gotta get a meta-gamer score. Like, what was it?
Yo, that's a detective ass question right there.
For me,
you've been waiting all year to say that.
I was a PlayStation fan. Like PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 were my jams.
Rest in peace to this nigga, bro.
But I got an Xbox for Halo 2. And the Halo 2 multiplayer was my first time experiencing online gaming. And it blew my mind. Halo 2 blew my mind. But even when I was playing Halo 2 every single day, I was waiting for the PlayStation 3, and then Sony became super arrogant and said, our fans are dumb, and they'll buy our system with no games and get a second job, and they priced it at $600, and it had nothing for 3 years. So, and then at the time, the 360 had everything. It had Gears of War, it had BioShock, it had Saints Row, it had Oblivion, games you couldn't get on the PlayStation at the time. And then, of course, the achievement stuff factored into it a lot. So at that point, I didn't need a PlayStation because the beginning of that gen was horrible for Sony, and I didn't actually want to get a PlayStation until Last of Us came out. But obviously things changed, and you can see that Sony's putting their money where their mouth is. They're releasing quality exclusive games that I enjoy, and I know all day is like, well, you're still going. I mean, he kind of implied that no matter what Microsoft says, you're still going to play on Xbox, which is true, because. Like, there's no reason. Like, I'm heavily invested into the ecosystem. All my friends are there. Like the PlayStation is there for playing PlayStation exclusives. The Switch is there for playing Switch exclusives. I mean, it is what it is.
So check this out. I'm gonna talk to P Rock after the show. I'm gonna have him send you a contract. All right.
Contract.
I'm trying to create a super team here.
As I'll tell him, come on home, Rand. Come on home.
All right, bro. You know Xbox shit washed up. Come on, we got you. I'll be your friend. Trust me.
Hey, yo, that controller excuse can't work no more. You can buy them little converters.
Hey, man. But honestly, how would you feel? Like, honestly, like it's like, are you expecting a lot, or you're not expecting anything?
I'm expecting them to tell me what the heck is going to happen in the next 2 years. Like, I've had this conversation with people at Xbox. I've expressed my disappointment with last year, and if they don't bring the goods, if they don't show off a Fable or what we're playing next year and beyond, then I'll be disappointed. I'll be incredibly disappointed.
Come on, Rand, give us more than that.
So then,
what do you want me to say? Like, I'm going to switch over to play. Like, why? But why would I suddenly just switch and play everything on PlayStation?
You did it with the PS3 era.
Oh shit! Well, he has a million gamer score now. That shit's. I mean, it's not. That's huge.
Be there. You good? That shit is.
That's just huge.
Screenshot that shit.
Okay, but let me ask you this: like, what does it matter if I play Division 2 on Xbox or on PlayStation? I mean, what does it matter?
everything's on the PlayStation.
Yeah, but I mean, everything's going to be on the Xbox too, and if it's on the PlayStation,
no, I'm talking about everything as an exclusives and everything else.
Oh shit!
Well, then I have all 3 systems, so I'm good, right?
Listen, you converted.
Oh man, fucking
last generation. We're gonna convert you back, my brother. I pray for you. I got that holy water on deck. Trust me.
Hey, Van Lamont said, "Hey, do you guys think Kratos will be killed off and make his son the new God of War?" I don't think so.
No.
I think by the end,
I don't think
they do like another trilogy. From what I'm hearing, by the end of this trilogy, Kratos is gone.
Dog, you don't kill off Batman just to play as Robin. That shit ain't happening.
I see. I don't know, one of those. Somebody was like, 60 minutes new of game of God of War footage. But it'd be the same shit over again. But this one, he was reading the story, right? And what's the guy was reading? I don't know who. I don't know if this is a part of the game or you might get that inside the game. But he was reading the story, and I don't know if the mother's dead during the gameplay. The mother was, and she told the son not to go out into the woods, part of the woods, or whatever the case may be. Anyway, he went into the woods, and some say the bad ghost got him, or whatever the hell, and he got cut. And that little motherfucker's about to turn into a little. He's a demigod too. Like
he's a demigod too. So
he's about to rage out.
It's gonna be ill, bro. It's gonna be ill. The game's gonna. I'm telling you, the game is gonna be ill, bro. It's gonna be mad. Hey, Raven,
tell me.
Ravenflow said, "Hey, Rand is locked into the ecosystem. Leave him be." I'm gonna be honest. That's gonna be a big thing from here on out. How you lock people into the ecosystem, just like the way Android and iPhone lock people. Like me, I'm not leaving iPhone for shit. Not because I think iOS is better than Android, but because I put all my money into that ecosystem. I'm not gonna leave iOS and lose. I think probably hundreds of dollars I put into that shit.
Listen, like, I'm not gonna have both, baby.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And and I think Microsoft understands that now. That's why they're heavily invested in backwards compatibility and enhancements. I guarantee Sony's going to copy that shit. You're going to see PlayStation 5 with PlayStation 4 enhancements. I guarantee they're going to do shit like that. They have to lock people in. So that way at that point, just like Rand, you're going to buy an Xbox because you're locked in. And Jay Barry is going to buy a PlayStation because he's locked in. And I'm going to buy, as long as the console's not $500, $600, I'm going to buy what the fuck I buy. It's just what it is. People are just going to be locked into that ecosystem because everything's already there. All you're really doing is transferring everything you own onto the next system.
Yeah, the previous gens didn't have that.
No, there was no reason. Yeah, there was no reason to lock in. All right, Daniel J says it's time to baptize Rand into PlayStation.
Hallelujah! I got you, brother. I got that water on.
$2. He says he's got to be reborn.
I mean, all right, what type of contract you're offering Zaire?
Listen, I can't discuss my business.
All right. There's got to be
behind the scenes.
If you're offering Zaire a max contract, I want
to 5 free games and some DLC.
We just need your talent over here.
And a lifetime's worth of massage from Japanese women.
Here's the thing, though. What you guys are saying, like I am invested into the ecosystem, but it also comes to a point in time where enough is enough and too much is too much. I'm gonna be I'll give you an example. If Microsoft, right, regardless how much I prefer the ecosystem where my friends are, and I believe they will come over too. If they're going to offer me nothing but soft porn, I don't get to see the shit go inside the hole.
Hey, listen. No, hey, what Zaire means, he's tired of people looking like they're moving furniture.
My man said he don't want to see Skinemax. He don't want to see just two hips rubbing.
I don't get to see the goddamn. Listen, hold on. I don't get to see the goddamn money shot. After a while, I'm like, where's the money shot? I may take my talents across the street. Hey!
And then the nigga said, they moving furniture.
You know what I mean?
You ain't right, man. You ain't right.
Oh man, look at King's Bud. Story shit, man. King's Bud.
This nigga is crazy, bro.
King's Bud says, "Hey Rand, shout out to King's Bud, man. Thanks for the support, brother." He said, "Rand, come to PC X1. These other dudes are plebs."
Yo, King's Blood, you don't play no games.
This motherfucker's game is 144 frames. If he don't see triple digits, he ain't playing it.
That's funny because my gaming PC that I recently bought is pretty powerful. It's got a GTX 1080 in it. It's got an i7 7700K. This thing is a beast. thing is a beast, but I only use it for YouTube videos.
You're not even editing on it?
I mean, no, I'm using. That's how I make my videos.
Okay. My man's mining for Bitcoin. That's what he's doing.
Like, God damn, it's hot in here.
Yo, this nigga crazy, bro. Oh,
yo,
man.
did the X fix what's that editing feature on Xbox?
Upload Studio? No, not yet. That's just dog shit.
Yo, what software you using to edit?
Hold up, let me do a super chat. Van Lamont says, "Hey Z, we offering a 8-year contract.
Hey, listen,
5 exclusives guaranteed, and a PS5 deck kit."
Hey, listen, I'm telling you like this, from some real shit, right? Real nigga to a fake nigga in the comment section, right? They come out that motherfucker like they did the audio Xbox shit there. I'm done. I'm cutting off my dreads. I'm gonna have to Floyd me with the
niggas not coming with the baldy.
That nigga be like Don Cheeto.
I'm done.
My man's gonna cut his dreads live on the air and shit.
With a Chinese Storm Crenshaw. I'm done. I'm right now.
This nigga wild, bro. Oh shit!
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I'm dying to see Zair's channel for Xbox E3. I don't give a fuck what time it is in Germany. I'm watching that shit. I'm gonna watch that shit live.
Hey, you know, we used to do it live, man. I mean, you know, Kid May gonna be up there.
Oh yes, so that's what's even gonna be better. He's probably gonna see Super Lucky Tales 3. Well, see, it's just it's gonna have diversity. Yo, I'm gonna
yo, last year K Mega was slick. He was hopping in and out DGST. E3, like you know he was disappointed.
Hey, yo, I don't know, man.
I cannot wait. Yo, I cannot wait.
We playing games here. See?
I'm watching. Yo, I'm not even gonna podcast that day. I'm just gonna watch the stream. I'm gonna be in there.
Y'all sound like some bitches.
Yo. I cannot wait to see that.
Lie, man.
I'm looking forward more to Zaya's stream than I am the PlayStation conference. Yo, I cannot wait to see it.
You know, I'll be having the camera on and shit, right?
Yo,
and what's that shit Bot said a week before last? Bot said, I don't want to do anything else. Keep coming with the controllers. You know, I'm like, what?
What dimension this nigga from?
I'm like,
that nigga Z was doing karate, nigga.
Yo, you know what's bad? But come on now. You know, they're gonna lose guys like me. Like that shit was down, man. I can't, man.
I'm dying. I cannot wait, bro. I'm looking forward to
that. You better chill, Zaire, for you gonna be the only one.
You don't understand.
I know, man. I won't be surprised, man.
That is. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the most entertaining thing. That's going to be more entertaining than actual E3. I know it. I can feel it.
Remember they called me anything about a child of God when they told me these next generation or mid-gen refreshes was coming.
Yeah.
I was out there crazy. You know what I mean? It won't be the first and damn, it won't be the last, man.
That's it, man. All right, man. We're about to wrap this up, man. It's already almost 11, man. Woo,
damn.
We did a nice good one, though. You know, I mean, we bugging out. Yo, I'm gonna say this, you know, before I sign off and I'll let you shout out, but I'm saying, yo, fucking jumping on this YouTube shit. You know, I know people, you know, they feel sensitive about toxicity. I don't give a fuck about that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about a person saying gay station or, you know, delay station or Xbox got no games, you know, because at the end of the day, those are just consoles. Those are just plastic. They don't mean nothing. I don't see insulting a console means anything. But what I do appreciate was meeting you dudes, bro. You know, it's cool to talk to people about the hobby you love in a world where they think we're fucking weirdos that shoot up schools and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, on the real, you know what I'm saying? That's why I have anybody on the podcast. I'll have a Nintendo dude, an Xbox dude. People be like, yo, why you hang out with Zaire? I'm like, he's a cool dude. Like you actually mad that he makes jokes about PlayStation or talk shit about Yoshida? You don't know these people, and it's a piece of plastic. Like, yo, but he's a fraud. He talks. He says he has a $14,000 PC. Like, who cares? like, holy shit! Like,
they get caught up in much shit, don't they?
Like,
niggas got memes and everything on this thing.
The dude's just a cool dude to talk to. You know, like I never thought I would be one day podcasting with Jay Bart when I was watching his stuff. You know, on PlayStation, I'm like, oh, that shit's cool. You know, I used to look at his channel. I still look at his channel because he always used to push out the weird, you know, obscure Japanese shit that you don't get to see often. And you be, yeah, but you be like, yo, that shit's dope looking. That's where I used to.
Didn't she call Jay Barry the king of PlayStation earlier?
what's that shit? He said, that's $1,000.
I thought the king of PlayStation was JTech. Is it not JTech?
Oh hell no, man! I can't do that, bro. I'm not, yo. This dude started, yo. That dude, yo. Even I got him blocked, bro. Like, nah, I can't deal with that, bro. I can't deal.
Over here on PlayStation, you can't be throwing out stuff like that, man.
Nah, man. I can't deal with it. Them dudes. Whatever crew he was running with, they're like, yo, Puerto Rock, whatever, and they were like, yo, what games you play? Oh, right now I'm playing. I think I was playing Call of Duty Black Ops. They're like, you can't do that. You can only play exclusives. I'm like, ejecto, cuz like I ain't dealing with this shit. Like, I'm gonna play what the fuck I want. Y'all ain't buying me these games. Like, what are we doing here? Like, yo, these are weird, bro.
Man,
like,
you better be getting a PSVR after all these donations, bro.
Oh no, definitely.
Nah, with the donations he get a pro. That's it.
No, I'm not doing that.
I thought the thing was that
I'm not doing no pro. I'm not doing I refuse.
I say get the pro. Then
I refuse.
The God of War gonna do it.
I refuse. I refuse to get the pro.
People, let's go.
It is against my religion. Right?
This nigga sitting on 4K TV. He talking about
last year. I'm not getting a pro. I refuse.
Hey, they got that TCL on sale for $499.
There you go.
Let me tell you something. Right now, my brother-in-law loaned me his 4K TV because I shipped mine, and he bought this TV for $125. It's a 43-inch Insignia.
Is that Best Buy discount?
125.
$100,000.
What?
A Hitachi 2000 for $125.
No, it's Insignia. Insignia.
And who?
Insignia. It's the Best Buy brand.
Fuck you, man.
No, but when you but here's the thing though. Here's the thing that a lot of people don't know. Like these Insignia brands,
not good.
It's not made by a company called Insignia. They're actually made by like Samsung, or LG.
They're made by my cousin's aunt's nephew.
Ah, shit. No, but seriously,
I'm actually gonna buy that
these
TV
TVs. These TVs are specific to Best Buy, but they're made by LGs and Samsung.
Yeah.
They're made by them. They're making it. They just stamp Insignia on it.
Damage control, bro. That's like
No, it's real shit. I used to work.
But that's not damage control because it's not my TV. It's his. He paid $125 and it looks beautiful. I say that to say this: I am not a proponent of mid-gen refreshes. I just don't see the point in it. I really don't.
I mean, you got old ass systems that ain't running 4K. Of course,
listen. My PlayStation, my OG here is a beast. This is beast.
Once you get that,
I ain't falling for that shit. Listen, my man Colonius King, $25 super chat. He said, "Good show, P Rock, no doubt, brother." Thank you so much.
Don't you like donate to yourself? Isn't that like the conspiracy?
That was Ryan Professional. He's like, you have to be doing this. I'm like, bro, fucking Google takes a cut. I'm a cheap motherfucker.
Yeah, they do take a cut.
You ain't taking a cut of my shit. I ain't donating myself so I can make Google rich. Fuck that. That's $1,000, G.
On the arm, he be taking shots. His credit card. Hold it down.
Yo,
P-Rock. The best list on YouTube.
That nigga made $500 off the nigga in November.
Yeah. Yo,
what's that VR?
Yo, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But yo, I want to say this. I appreciate you dudes fucking chilling out, rocking out on my Last American podcast. I know me and Z trying to hook up. We're trying to do some crazy shit on the weekend. You know, we still trying to figure out, you know, like what some people are calling it easy peasy podcast. I'm like, what? No, these dudes are wild, bro. I was like, yo, we should call it Two Bums and a Bump of Cocaine podcast. You know what I'm saying? You know, some shit was it. But we trying to figure out that shit. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I want you guys to shout yourselves out, man. All day, what's good, brother?
Yeah, man, it's been a pleasure podcasting with you for this. You know, before your overseas leave. You know what I mean? But you know, we can still rock out. Just figure out them times, man.
Definitely, man.
Good show though, man.
All right. The Harbinger of Death, the Messiah.
Yeah, P Rock again, man. Thanks to you and your family for your sacrifice. Thank you for your service to the country. And yeah, man, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me on. And yeah, once you get settled over there, we get the time thing down. Hit me up. I'll be happy to jump back on with you. Just let me know.
No doubt, brother. All right.
You know they ain't got no chickens in Germany, bro. Be careful.
They don't?
Ooh, vegan life.
There's no Pollo Loco? What are you doing here?
Coquito, none of that shit.
Nah, I'm going to bring that shit. I'm going to bring that shit. I'm going to bring Coquito to them. I'm going to blast that country with the nectar of the gods.
Nah, but
you
they
know
got the best Hennessy out there. I'll tell you that.
Oh shit, who knows? Oh man, I'm gonna get all liquor up.
Privilege, all that shit over there.
We about to get some drunk streams, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Ron Lamont, he said people acting like Sony still can't destroy Xbox at E3, like Until Dawn 2 could be announced. Xbox and Omega is the damage control kings, bro.
Facts. Yo, Xbox, that nigga, bro.
That nigga's retarded. You got missing teeth, right?
Man, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say this. K Mega took the crown though. Like,
yeah, that dude weird though.
He like K Mega, like he set the new standard for.
I'm telling you, K Mega is just repeating the things that Zaire been saying for the last like 5 years. And I'm telling you, bro, this nigga Zaire created these niggas, man. Now he paying for it.
That's true. That is true.
All right. Hey, Jay Barry, the king of PlayStation.
Yeah, man. Definitely appreciate the invite. Yo, Porter Rock, man. Safe travels. Hope everything is great over there, over in Germany. Let me know how the white girls looking over there, man. I might take a trip.
He's married. Come on, guys.
Hold on.
Hey, listen, I could window shop and inform people, but I cannot.
Let me know.
I cannot purchase any products.
But nah, man.
My wife will go Lorena Bobbitt on my ass and shit.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna get your your internet stuff together, so we can definitely chop it up and whatever, man. But yeah, man. Hope you're having fun over there, man.
No doubt, man. And Kratos, man, my man was quiet today. You doing something? What we doing, Kratos?
Man, I got the kids and stuff. So
that's it. Oh man. Yeah. You're training. What's the little kid's name from fucking God of War? What's his name, man? That's who you. H is, man. You taking care of that little H is there and shit.
These little
tell
guys,
me.
They bad as fuck.
Hey, listen, they got sleeping medication, yo.
Man, I'm telling you, man, give a little bit of Dimetapp. That's what do. My daughter, when she got wild, that here's some Dimetapp. You sick?
Let them watch Inside Xbox. They knocked out.
I think you got a fever. He said Kratos got a bad hip.
Exactly. Anyway,
man, I appreciate it.
It's always a pleasure chopping it up with you guys. And Porter Rock again. All the blessings in the world. Hope the show continues to you'll get it together, so we'll figure it out, and I'll be there. When you send me the invite. So, at the end of the day, we miss you, we love you, and safe travels for you and the family, brother.
I appreciate it, brother. I'm gonna skip to Man Outdoor.
Thanks for thinking of me to have me on your Going Away podcast. I hope the trip to Germany is great. My next prediction is for Jay Bari and Jay Dub. Ghost of Tsushima 2020. I have said it, so shall it be.
Nah.
Listen, let's get this nigga the fuck out of here. I don't
know if I'm gonna co-sign that yet.
Over one of those max
that hurts. That hurts. That hurts. Right there.
No contract for Ram, man. I don't know.
That's hurting right there. That hurts. Oh shit!
You know what? That's why he don't have a home to go to.
Oh man, nigga doing this shit out the back of a trailer.
You can't come home. You can't come home.
Off the Starbucks Wi-Fi.
I'm gonna give you one.
Damn, Ghost of Tsushima, man. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to co-sign that yet. That hurts right there.
Co-sign that, I'm gonna burn you alive.
All right, Alex, man. What's this WZG network? What are we doing here?
I'm doing a project, man. We're gonna do some live streams, some podcasts.
You ready to talk about it, or still?
I'm actually gonna be testing out some stuff today. But if y'all want to look at it, go subscribe to the WZG network.
All right,
we'll have some fun.
Hey, what does this stand for?
What does it stand for?
Warzone Gamer.
Wars of Gamer.
Warzone Gamer.
Warzone Gamer.
So you're just gonna be streaming Warzone?
So what? You're gonna be streaming Splatoon and shit? Like what are we doing?
Huh?
Splatoon? You're gonna be playing Splatoon and shit?
We're gonna have a little bit of everything. I'm gonna spice it up a bit. Like there's too many YouTubers doing the same thing out there. I want to change it up.
Warzone, hey, check it out. Warzone. That sounds like you about to get two niggas that hate each other and have a game.
I got some plans. Just put it like this.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
this motherfucker's gonna stream Killzone.
Probably.
Yo, I got a Killzone stream coming very soon too, man.
Man,
ain't nobody gonna watch that shit.
Nah, but
they not.
I'm just changing it up a bit. Like I took a crack at it a few years back. It wasn't successful the way I wanted it to be, and I feel like it's a different day and age. So I figured let me take another swing at it. We're gonna have some fun, man. If y'all want to look into it,
yeah, of course, we're gonna support you. That's what's up.
Besides all that, good looking brother. Hope you have a safe trip. buy some Hennessy, take a shot for me, give these niggas their contracts, and stay blessed. You already know.
Gracias, bro. Appreciate it. And then, of course, last but not least, I want a special shout out to the man who pulled me out of Twitter, thinking I was gonna get smoked.
He used to do a podcast by himself.
That's it. I started this shit by myself. You know what I'm saying? My man pulled me out, threw me into the dungeon, thinking I was gonna get smoked in these debates, and then he realized, oh shit,
you gotta respect this nigga.
Oh shit, he's like, what the fuck? Wait, what are we doing here? He's looking at Jay Sentry. He's like, yo, you alright? Like you fucking up the brand right now.
Competitive gaming. Oh man.
Oh, that shit was some good times back then, bro. That shit, yo, as he put mute, he's like, I'm gonna let this motherfucker get burnt. Yo, that shit was funny, bro.
I gave him all the keynote speaking points to talk about doing the debate.
he went on his own thing and shit. Like, all right, that's it, yo, that was good shit, man. But it's a thing. Like Z, like after that podcast, he was hitting me up. He was like, yo, you're gonna do your own shit? Just do your own shit. This is what you need to do. I don't give a fuck if you on a fucking Panasonic phone. Get out there, nigga. I got you. And he was, yo, for real, man. Z out there, he'll support anybody, man. If you reach out to G and you're respectful and you keep it real, he doesn't give a fuck if you a Nintendo weirdo, PC, whatever.
Piece of shit.
You know what I'm saying? he out there, he out there, you know what I'm saying, spread the love and the knowledge, and you know, I appreciate that, bro. And I'm glad you're able to, you know.
For sure, man. You know, for sure. Like I said, thank you again. I'm proud of the platform that you provided for yourself. But I also got to say, if it was not for slavery, it would not have been the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
This dude was this shit, man.
Where is Jay Sanchez? I ain't hear from him.
Hey, he's been out for a while, man. You know what I'm saying? I got one more final super chat. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. What's this? Did I read this one already? No, yeah, I already said this one. Okay, so this is the last one. K Mega is a legend. Sony let him change his PSN. Legendary. Shit. That's Vampan. Legend Mega.
Now you're getting messy. Don't start no.
Legendary Mega. Yo, this dude Vampan. All right, shout out, man. I appreciate it. Hey, to everybody. Hey, I want to appreciate all the best wishes.
Let me clear this up too, man. I heard K Mega lying on me once again over his Zaire podcast. Talking about I DM Shuhei Yoshida.
Yeah, man.
Fame podcast, that same debate. You will understand what I said. Iron Wolf got blocked by Shuhei Yoshida, and I just hit up Shu and I said, yo, unblock Iron Wolf. And Shuhei said, okay, and he just unblocked it. That's what I said in the
shit, so you got pulled like that?
I ain't got no pull like that, but he trying to make it seem like Sony execs don't talk to nobody. And I was bringing up an example, and all of a sudden it went to DMs and asking about Kato. I'm like, what is he talking about?
Yo, that was some wild shit. My man was getting free games before they were even out. Like Sony in 2007, they gave me Infamous. I'm like, yo, didn't that shit come out in 2009? Like, what is this motherfucker talking about?
A little big plan for y'all.
Yo, like I changed my name. Like, yo, my man Jay Bar was like, so you were able to do something no other PlayStation game was able to do in the entire world. Like, but anyway, that's another day. But anyway, I appreciate I appreciate everybody in the chat for hooking it up. You know what I'm saying? Showing respect to the panel. Thank you so much for the best wishes. You know what I'm saying? When I'm out there, I'm gonna try to keep up and do my thing, and you know, provide great content and all that, and hooking and jabbing with these dudes in here, you know. But anyway, to my friends, my family, my fellow gamers, we out in this motherfucker. I hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe because more shit's coming. Take care, people.
Sir. Take it easy, y'all.
Ghost of Tsushima 2020.
Come on, dude. Come on.
Don't be like that. Don't be like that.
Ah, shit.